Hello everybody, welcome back to Following Lucha. We are the official lore keepers of Lucha Underground. Do not get it twisted, we are not a wrestling podcast. No, we primarily recap children's television shows that aired on Nickelodeon in the 2010s. I am JC, and as always, I am joined by...
Yo, it's that time again for Steven. What up?
Yo, Steven, given that it's the time again for Steven, you tell me what's up, man.
What up, man?
What up, man?
Nothing much, man.
Man.
I learned that, Raul Mendoza's name's actually, Cruz del Toro, 5 minutes ago.
That's much better than Raul Mendoza.
I was looking at the list, the drafted people, and I saw Cruz del Toro, right? I was like, who the fuck is that? What? So I googled it, and it's just Raul Mendoza. It's just a new name.
That's wild. God damn. I'm honestly surprised you even knew the name Raul Mendoza. You know, that's honestly kind of impressive.
Until I looked it up 5 minutes ago.
Okay. So, you just knew him as the other guy.
Yeah, the other guy. Can you name the third member of Hit Row? No.
B-Fab. Big guy who can't do shit.
That one's easy to remember. I did not know that. I feel like
Top Dollar. I know it.
Top Dollar is so easy, you know. With his
Top Dollar,
Indian
B-Fab, and is it just a man's name, or does he have a cool rapper name?
I don't know, man.
Oh shit, then yeah, neither of us are gonna figure this out. It doesn't matter though.
Yeah.
Because again, we are not a wrestling.
They fucking wrestle?
I heard they just sing in the ring on SmackDown. It's kind of awesome. But Steven,
they probably are the hype guys for fucking live shows, right? Yo, SmackDown Live, what up? It's Hit Row here, guys.
Because I think they're bad guys, so it'd be a weird thing to have them do.
So who's the hype guy now?
Who's the hype guy? Mojo Rawley, he's always...
It used to be No Way Jose would hype up live events, I think.
No.
It's crazy.
You're just lying.
That No Way Jose is coming out to open your live events of SmackDown, just partying of everybody.
I really wouldn't go to that many house shows, but the ones I went to most recently, I think Enzo and Cass were the openers.
That's good, right?
Yeah, they killed it. They were doing great. But Steven, I can't stress this enough. We're not a wrestling podcast. Usually we get on here and we talk about the TV show, Lucha Underground. We watch an episode of it from 2016, but we're not doing that this week. No, we're straying from our lore-keeping journey as per your requests last week. And
we kind of have to.
No, we don't.
It's our rule,
Well, we broke...
Five rule.
Whatever. Steven, tell everyone what we watched instead.
Yo, guys, today we are watching the hit Nickelodeon sitcom, The Thundermans. Okay? It's about Phoebe and Max Thunderman, who are twins, who...
You're already ahead of me.
Although they have opposite personalities, share a common secret. The teens, along with their parents and younger siblings, are superheroes.
Guys...
But the family must keep their superpowers under wrap and live a normal life.
It's Good Luck Charlie, but superheroes. It's awesome.
I'm pretty sure the show came out when Avengers was really big or something. And Nick was like, oh shit, we needed more superhero shows, guys. Okay, you see that wizard shit? Who the fuck cares about Harry Potter anymore, man?
Oh shit. Oh my, are you saying Wizards of Waverly Place was the answer to J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter?
Yeah, it is.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I never cared about Harry Potter, but I loved Selena Gomez.
Why did they make Dog of a Blog? Well, what marketing guys what's really big right now? Blogging and dogs.
Shit, dogs were massive in 2013.
If there's a WWE a crossover of Dog of a Blog, I want to watch that. Okay.
That would be pretty fucking sick.
I hope the dog's still alive from Dog of a Blog.
Can you please explain, for the love of God, what the crossover is between us and the Thundermans, a superhero sitcom on Nickelodeon?
Right. So, to make it more relevant to Lucha Underground, the hit TV show featuring wrestling and underground luchadoring, this episode of Thundermans featured a very special wrestler. One might know him as Lionheart.
Uh-huh.
Y2J?
Uh-huh. The son of an NHL player, which is kind of cool.
Hockey player from back in the days of middle school.
That's right.
The lead singer of Fozzy.
That's how I know him personally.
Mm-hmm. I love
Star
Fozzy.
of Dancing with the Stars a couple years ago.
The host of that one show where they make stuff drop from like an escalator.
The conveyor belt show where they falls off the
awesome.
skyscraper. It was called Skyscraper.
There you go. The man himself, Chris Jericho, makes a guest up.
We forgot his most important credit. He was also in The Masked Singer. But continue.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he just guest stars in this episode of the Thundermans.
Yeah, he has honestly a more prominent role than I was expecting him to. I was sincerely thinking he was just gonna show up for 1 second.
I'm like afraid of like those like fucking cameo ones where we watch entire show for no reason.
I was fine with it
for like 5 seconds. Like
the Psych one with the Miz was well worth it, and Mickey James. Honestly, both of them did nothing.
I fucking love the Mickey James one because she dies.
Hell yeah, she got murdered.
And it's dope.
That is
not her first
dope.
time getting murdered on screen. It might be
the
her
Miz
first time, actually.
Kills himself, if I remember correctly, on the Psych
he just
episode.
smashes a pot on his head, I think, and then he appears in the post credits. I don't remember.
I think that is exactly what happened, and it was almost a year ago we watched it. So congratulations on that, Stephen.
Thank you.
I'm glad
memory, dude.
We really, Stephen, if you move to Austin, we're gonna binge Psych, okay? We're gonna skip all the wrestling episodes and save them for the podcast.
If we ever do like live Following Lucha, like I want to do like fucking watch reactions to like wrestling pay-per-views. I think that'd be so funny. We could be like do our Dominic video, but not as good because Dominic one is so funny. I love Dominic.
Hell yeah, Dominic's
I'm sad
awesome.
that he's getting mainstream hate.
I wish Dom would have been in the Thundermans, honestly. He's like a real life superhero.
How old is he during this?
That's a great question. This is how many? This was 2016 it aired, so 7 years ago. He was 18. He would have been a prime position, you know, like Logan Paul, Jake Paul age.
So in today's episode of the Thundermans, men's. Who knows?
It's definitely not
Max is nervous about meeting his girlfriend's parents, so he seeks Phoebe's help to try and win them over.
Phobia is how it's pronounced.
Phobia?
Phobia? Absolutely. Steven, can I butt in here? We're watching season 3, episode 19 of Nickelodeon's The Thundermans. It is called Beat the Parents, the title of this episode. And I guess that makes sense in retrospect, now thinking about it. It aired on July 16th of 2016, so we're keeping it within the year of Following Lucha, of Lucha Underground, which is good. And this show aired from 2013 until 2018, which is a much longer run.
That's so long.
Than it should have had.
Because, like, I feel like if you're a Nick sitcom, you either last, like, 10 years or 2.
Hell yeah. What happened to Fanboy and Chum Chum? Wasn't that like a 2-year one?
Banger, bro.
Hell yeah.
I think people hated that. I don't know. Because I watched like, you know, like those like cartoon reviewers who, you know, the one I'm talking about? The one was like, Turning Red was really bad because this movie took place in 2001. They should be sad about 9/11 happening. This movie's not realistic.
Yeah, when I watched Fanboy and Chum Chum, I was a little taken aback by how insensitive they were to the terrorist attack of 9/11. Yeah, that was personally, I couldn't look past that very easily, but I got there. Oh, wow. It was still enjoyable. Yeah.
It's just those YouTubers I used to watch. Like, if you like Fanboy and Chum Chum, you are doing yourself a disservice. I am a 27-year-old man reviewing cartoons, take them way too seriously.
And honestly, watching this episode of the Nickelodeon sitcom The Thundermans from 2016, I was a little dismayed they didn't address the whole Trump running for president situation. Because I just personally, I don't see how you can like go without that being talked about.
When did the Jan 6 stuff happen? That's our thing, okay? We talked about that Raw. It's like, so that January 6th was kind of crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, that was 2021.
They should have been sad about that, man.
Honestly, any episode of wrestling we watch vaguely around January, we should just mention the riots. I think that's
man, this episode is very unrealistic. They didn't mention January 6th for some reason. That's very strange.
Exactly, but especially relevant to this episode, Steven, because Chris Jericho is a wife in this episode of the Nickelodeon sitcom we're watching. But we'll get to that in a little bit.
In January 6th. We'll have to find out when we watch the episode.
We'll have to find out. Well, Steven
did already.
Let's talk about it. Okay, let's talk about the episode. You're gonna have to help me out with the names, like Phobo or whatever, because I have my own nicknames for all of them.
Dude. I feel like they're really so much like an easier name to say, you know.
Then what?
Phoebe.
Phobe's awesome. So Steven, the show starts with the 14-year-old girls. Wait, also let me address this before we get into the episode. You sent me a shit stream to watch this episode. Gosh. You sent me the shittiest link where it starts seconds into the episode, like in the middle of like a girl screaming.
That's when I watched, dude.
And also it's zoomed in. It like crops out half the show.
So, in order to avoid copyright infringement, right? What a lot of people do when they upload Nickelodeon or Disney sitcoms, they'll put it online,
Dailymotion,
pitch up the audio, flip the screen, zoom in a little bit.
The screen wasn't flipped. The screen wasn't flipped.
It was flipped.
Oh, shit.
This is what I've watched, right? So my quality might not be as good as your quality, so I might have missed out on some partial information from this episode.
Can I ask you a question?
With that. Yes.
Does your family have a Netflix account?
Is that Netflix?
Yes. It's on Netflix and Paramount Plus. I chose to watch it on
Paramount Plus.
I do, bro.
What do you watch on that?
Big Brother and
the Big Brother universe. I forgot.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. So I switched over immediately after realizing the shit that you sent me.
No, you gotta watch it like me. That's what like Zoomers watch on their fucking iPads at like Target or something.
It's
just
true,
high-pitched audio. That's what my sister watched for like, the longest time, like 2015. I'd just be in my house, right? And I hear like high-pitched like Disney sitcom shows. And it's so garbage because the laugh track is also pitched up. So it sounds like shrieking, right? It's crazy. It's insane.
That's sick. Are you sure your sister just wasn't a big Nightcore fan? Is that what it's called?
Oh my god, did I tell you about that one time in middle school? Where I didn't really know much about music back in middle school, right? So this one guy would be like, yo, Steven, he's trying to like get to know me, right? Trying to do some icebreakers, right? Like, yo, what kind of music do you listen to, man? What's your favorite band? I'm like,
hell yeah.
Dude, Nightcore? Alright,
that's my favorite band, honestly.
I love Nightcore.
Their shit is great.
I didn't know what it was at the time, by the way. I just see on like online forums.
Steven,
right?
You're such a sad boy. You're such a sad boy.
But like, this guy was like, oh, Nightcore, I've never heard of it. I'll have to listen to them later, man. I just wonder what he felt when he looked up like Nightcore and just got like high-pitched audio music, you know?
It was not even cool back then. Like, Nightcore wasn't cool when we were in middle.
It's cool now. What are you talking about?
The
Cupid song from TikTok? The fucking K-pop one? The sped up Nightcore version?
I hate it all. One of my favorite bands, Rainbow Kitten Surprise, has had one of their songs bastardized by fucking Nightcore, and it was the biggest song on TikTok a couple weeks ago.
Destroyed it!
It is.
I don't know. I think we're reverting children these days on like internet culture and stuff. You know, back to 2007 or 10.
I mean, I'm cool with that. If we bring back like the 2012 memes, I'm okay with it. Rage Comics.
Once we get back to like RAR XD or Rage Comics, that's when I peak, dude, in life, you know.
Oh yeah, I get that.
That's what
we'll be driving.
I miss Rage Comics, dude.
Yeah, I get that. Well, Steven, we need to focus on the situation at hand, and that is the Thundermans Season 3, Episode 19, starring Chris Jericho, because the show starts with a 14-year-old or so girl screaming at a hockey game on the television, okay?
Oh, I didn't see that part.
Okay.
I didn't see that part.
And so there's a boy on the couch. This was on the version you sent me, by the way. There's a boy behind her on the couch, and he's like, I'm such a lucky guy. But he wasn't being facetious. Like, he meant it. Like, oh, I'm so lucky I have this girl who's screaming at the TV. And then the boy is apparently, like, not wanting to meet the girl who's screaming. He doesn't want to meet her parents because they're dating. And the girl's like, no, you need to meet my parents. He's like, no, I get mean when I'm around adults. And they demonstrate this by having a random man walk into the room, sit down on the couch with these two teenagers.
And bullies him. Just like, it was awful. Like, this guy's an asshole, you know?
So this boy's problem, I assume the boyfriend in this scenario, his problem is that he's too mean to adults. He insults them a whole bunch.
Maybe he's rebellious, you know? That's his whole gimmick.
I guess so.
By the way, guys, remember I talked about how this show was like a superhero show? Right?
Yes.
I think what happens is since we're on season 3 of this show, they stopped caring about the superhero stuff and made it more of a sitcom. Because like none of this show had superhero elements in it at all.
No. I mean, there were like hints of superheroism, but
like if you were to play this episode without like us explaining it was about superheroes,
the boyfriend,
get it.
You never see the boyfriend use a power. You never see him use a power.
Yeah.
You just don't. But also, Steven, the girlfriend's fed up. She's like, well, guess what? I know you don't want to meet my parents because you're going to be mean to them, but you have to meet my parents because they're have the grand opening of their company tomorrow. And they said that if you don't come, we have to break up. And so now he's going to go meet the parents, which is exciting. Steven, how would you feel if forced into a scenario like this, okay?
Dude, what the
fuck?
How would you feel? That's a red flag,
Yeah, backed into a corner.
Yeah. Both guys, Like, this guy fucking hates adults and just cusses at them for, like, no reason.
Yeah.
Red flag. He's gonna do that to you eventually when you turn 18,
That's true. It's true. The moment that she becomes of legal age, all bets are off, Steven. All bets are
her
off.
Red flag is threatening him.
Well, I don't think it was her threat. I think she was like, yo, my parents are gonna make us break up.
Maybe she's a good guy then. I don't know. She has like no personality, I'm gonna be honest.
Well, she screams at the TV, which is like a little rash.
She likes hockey. She likes sports, dude.
I guess so. But like, I was gonna say I like wrestling, but that's kind of a lie. Steven...
You scream at wrestling on your screen? I don't really
all the time.
I think I'm only loud if I go to like events because like it's just fun to participate,
This is fair.
A little experience to your live events. If I'm like watching it, I'll text you some shitty fucking meme I made up on the spot. Something I kind of regret, like the Bianca Belair one when it said it was the cast of cuties. That didn't age well. Yeah, that didn't really age well at all. Like the hour after the show ended.
Yeah. But I think Triple H just lied because apparently Triple H went on the press conference and was like, a little girl, one of the cuties, her mom died this morning. But apparently the mom actually died like weeks ago. So I don't know what went on there.
Just did not hear the news right. He's like, oh shit. I'm sorry.
He was just excited about it. He wanted the headline.
That sounds like good publicity right there.
Hell yeah. They need to come off that Holocaust shit, It makes sense. It makes sense.
That was crazy.
Crazy.
Nah, poor intern man who made that video package. Like fucking prison dom at Astrodome.
I like to think it was Dominic himself who created it. He specifically requested that footage.
Maybe it was intentional. Maybe they wanted to make Dominic seem so tough that he escaped the Holocaust,
That's a lot. Yeah. That's so tough. Jesus.
Deep meaning,
Yeah, I get that. That's kind of like how they wanted not Mustafa. They wanted, what's his name? Manny. They wanted Mansoor to be responsible for 9/11.
This is why I think Dominic is going to be Gunther for the IC title,
Ooh.
It'd be great.
Okay, yeah, I think it's because of
Nazism.
Okay. Yeah, the big comeback story. I guess
that's his babyface turn,
Okay, very good. You would think he'd be starting out from the jump as a babyface with that being his background, but
what? Surviving the Holocaust?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
Magneto,
a lot, but
Magneto's a heel. He survived.
That's true. That's very true, Steven. Well, listen, let's get back to these kids, because the girlfriend leaves, and she's like, you're meeting my parents tomorrow. And the boy's like, and then all of a sudden, a stuffed talking bunny appears over his shoulder, and is like,
sick.
yo... because I can't tell if it's supposed to be a real bunny or if it's supposed to be a talking stuffed animal. I think
it's like their sidekick bunny that's like probably like some superhero science experiment or whatever, Maybe.
But why does the sidekick bunny start flirting with the boy later in the episode?
Maybe he's a gay bunny, You
can be a gay bunny all you want. You can't flirt with children,
He's like this like stuffed like puppet, right? Because he's behind a couch, so you can't see like his hand. Behind his ass,
Okay.
He starts like shit talking the dude. It's pretty pog.
That's a good point.
The bunny.
That's a good point.
Not Allie, the bunny, but like an actual bunny.
No. Of course. Well, Steven, the next day at school, the boyfriend approaches his girlfriend and is like, actually, girlfriend, I can't go. And the girlfriend's like, fuck, you can't. And then he's like, okay, I guess I am going. And also, this is when we learn the dynamic of their relationship, because the girlfriend is really uptight and has anger management issues, and that makes the boyfriend horny.
Oh, fuck, that's really hot, dude.
And we learned that
That's
here.
what he says.
That's what he says. And then the boy is like, I have a genius plan. Because I can't deal with parents, I know someone that can. My twin sister, Phoebe. And,
oh my goodness.
He decides he's gonna invite his twin sister to come with him to the grand opening so that she can distract the parents and deal with them so he doesn't have to. And for some reason, the twin sister agrees.
I think she said something about, like, room cleaning or something. Maybe it's like they don't have to share bedrooms, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's because the girlfriend's good for the boyfriend. And so the twin sister recognizes
she's a nice supportive
this.
sister, you know? It's a very nice dynamic.
She is. She really, really is. And then, Steven, we cut away from the boyfriend and girlfriend twin sister drama to a random family. Okay?
Maybe it's their parents. I don't... Maybe.
Maybe. Who's to say? We never get that confirmation.
I think it might be the B plot, right?
A random family who's responsible for the B plot this episode, absolutely. They're getting back from dinner, and the fat old man in the family burps, and he causes an earthquake. Steven, would you like to pick up from here? What happens?
Children start yelling and crying as they get crumbled by the earth.
That's not what happens. It'd be so morbid for Nickelodeon, and then just middle of the day on TV, you know?
Yeah, seeing people brutally get murdered.
Yeah, it'd be a little tough, especially young children.
Not to love.
You know? Yeah.
What's not to
But
love
basically, here? It's two parents, presumably, and three young children, younger than the boyfriend and girlfriend and twin sister from earlier. You know, we're talking preteens and like a 6-year-old. Right?
Do you know, like, the sitcom trope we talked about on the Big Show episode? Go watch the Big Show episode. That was pretty good.
I love the Big Show.
There's this trope in children's sitcom, or maybe just family sitcoms in general, where the youngest child is always, like, some devious mastermind sass lord.
Hell yeah. Think Jack Jack from The Incredibles.
If Jack Jack had, like, Deadpool Marvel quips, that would be them, you know?
Oh, yeah, that'd be sick as fuck. Basically, the gist here is that the old dad, he has hiccups, and the hiccups can cause an earthquake, and apparently...
Because it's super hiccups, you know?
I get
Superheroes,
that. I get that.
When they get sick, they get fucked more, dude, okay?
Yeah.
Like, they get destroyed.
Me too. So he is worried about breaking their house, but he gets over his hiccups real quick, and then they're watching TV with their youngest daughter. And the two preteen kids are like, fuck this, Mom and Dad. I don't want to watch this dumbass show with a cow. We want to watch real TV, like Hootie the Owl, which is apparently the show that the two of them watched when they were little.
Maybe it's like a parody of SpongeBob.
I don't think so, and we'll get to why I don't think so.
The Pooh.
I don't believe so, because the parents are like, you are not showing our sweet little darling youngest child, the 7-year-old, Hootie the Owl. And then the preteen kids are like, yeah, well, we probably will. And then we cut away. So what a cliffhanger, Steven.
What a great B-plot, dude.
Yeah, what a great B-plot. The children's show that they were watching that was appropriate for the child is called Cutesy Cow, Steven. Have you ever watched Cutesy Cow?
Not like the show from Arthur, the one that DW likes.
I've never watched Arthur. I have to be honest.
You never watched Arthur after school? No childhood, dude. Okay.
I never watched PBS. Never ever watched PBS, man.
You never watched the greatest shows of all time, like Arthur?
No Arthur. No Sesame Street.
Sid the Science Kid.
I don't know what the fuck that is. I really don't. The earliest shows I remember watching are like Johnny Test and...
I used to watch stuff. You watched Brain Rot. That's what you watched. Okay. I watched real shows like Arthur.
This is the life of a boy named Johnny. I learned from the Science Sister.
Arthur.
Oh,
all right.
Shit. Wow.
Fox. They gave one of the characters cancer in Arthur.
I heard.
Fucking crazy.
It's a little crazy. Well, no one gets
Green
cancer
Day was in
in
an
this
episode too.
That's of Arthur?
Yeah.
They seem like they would way more likely be on Johnny Test, Green Day.
No. They can
given the okay.
The theme song just a big ripoff of it.
Yeah.
Basket Case, right?
No, I think American Idiot is the one we decided on, right?
Oh,
I think
don't
so.
know. I mean, all Green Day songs are the same from back then, so.
A little bit.
Fair.
Steven. We're gonna cut back to the twins, the boyfriend and Phoebe, and they are now at the grand opening of the girlfriend's parents' business, if you can follow that. And what would you know? The grand opening is for an MMA mixed martial arts gymnasium. And shit, this is when we meet the girlfriend's parents.
Break the walls down.
Damn!
It's
Break down the
Chris
wall.
Jericho, but it is.
It is.
In person.
I don't know his name on the show. Mr. Girlfriend is here, and he has a mullet. Chris Jericho has a mullet, Steven. It's long, it's luxurious, and he has a wife as well, who, like, Chris Jericho has some insults thrown his way by the boyfriend, right? Not like spoken verbally, right? But the whole gist is the boyfriend can't be around adults because he says mean things to them. So you hear in his head what he's thinking. And the ones to Chris Jericho are like vaguely mean. It's like, oh, haha. The mean things he has to say about the wife are fucking brutal, okay?
What does he say to the wife, the poor wife?
He says that she has a paintball face. Like her face got shot up by a bunch of paintballs. That's so mean.
Like the fucking Simpsons with like Homer shooting Marge like the fucking makeup gun.
I guess so. I've not seen that. No, but I would imagine it's a similar effect.
Yeah, this guy's just a dick, dude. I fucking hate Max. Like, why would you want to date this tool, you know?
Yeah, also, Chris Jericho.
Cute, man. All right.
Did you okay?
It's my little girl. It's my teen girl laugh. You don't like that?
That sounds like you're jealous of Max, Steven. Is what it sounds like. I don't know.
Even a cutie. Anyways.
Okay.
Back to real masculine shit. Chris Jericho owns an MMA gym. And he's like, are you Max? You're my daughter's boyfriend, dude? You look like a twig.
Oh,
all right.
Shit. Chris is intimidating this boy, by the way. He is getting all up in there. And the best that the boy can muster in order to avoid insulting them is, my sister is here! And then he shoves his twin sister Phoebe in front of the parents.
Is Phoebe like supposed to be like a goody-goody? Like two shoes
I
kind
think
of
she is. I think she is. Okay. She looks vaguely like Olivia Rodrigo, but a little older.
But she's not like the same ethnicity, I don't think.
Of half faces white, just half look Filipino.
Similar. Is that what she is?
I couldn't tell you, Steven. I don't have that much investment in either really Phoebe or Olivia.
Is Olivia
sorry.
Good?
Olivia?
I don't. Her music's like so alright. I guess it's weird to listen to her music though, you know? It's like, shit, I'm listening to this in public, you know? Just teenage girl music.
You can decide to
listen to more masculine stuff. Like,
break the walls down!
What Asian boys like? They like Keshi, right? Is that the one that Asian teenagers like? Keshi?
I'm not an Asian teenager.
Joji, is that the one? Boba tea, guys.
Yo.
You wanna drink some boba tea, girl?
Yeah, sure. I don't know what you're saying, Steven.
Neither.
But she is the goody two-shoes, I believe. Now we're gonna cut back to the random family that's inside the house watching television.
I'm pretty sure these are the parents, but like they don't interact at all in this episode. No. Like there's no way. It's just a random family, like Family Matters or Modern Family. I forget which one's which, to be honest.
It's weird. But basically now it's just the three children downstairs watching TV by themselves. And clearly the parents are upstairs. They're fucking, Steven. Okay? Yeah. They're having loud, hard sex right upstairs.
Superhero sex. All right.
Superhero sex. And they come downstairs and they're like, oh, another case of the hiccups. And they go outside. So, like, I don't know, man. Kind of freaks, these superhero parents. And then the preteens are like, oh, shit, this is our chance to show our little sister Hootie the Owl. And then, Steven,
Maybe it's like South Park. I don't know.
I sincerely enjoyed this next scene when they pop in the Hootie the Owl tapes and they show it to the little girl, because it's not what I was expecting. I was a legitimate curveball for me, okay?
Did you start laughing? Did you start slapping your knee over this?
Well, because
comedy?
What I thought was going to happen is the preteens were going to put it in and they were going to be like, oh, this is so lame. Why do we even like this? But no, what instead happened is the preteens were like, what the fuck were we watching when we were little? Because they show Hootie the Owl, and it's just this man in an owl costume, and he like harasses the elderly and robs banks and shit. And then when people try to hold him accountable for his actions, he goes, Hootie doesn't care.
Hootie don't give a shit, dude.
Hootie don't care. Yeah. So it's just an owl committing crimes and saying he doesn't care
for like 30 minutes. That sounds awesome.
And
maybe
within
it's
like
a commentary on the state of like children's cartoon at the time.
But you're Nickelodeon. You're responsible for half of them.
Do you think they regret like shows like Fanboy and Chum Chum? Yeah.
How dare you? How absolutely
I'm trying to
dare
think of a
you.
really shit one.
What's that one that Corey in the house
Mr.
was
Meaty?
in? Oh, what the
You know
fuck is
Mr.
that?
Meaty? That's like the
No.
puppets and like they start fucking there's like this tapeworm episode where they get tapeworms. It's fucking crazy, dude.
I don't like that. I don't like what you're describing. It sounds bad. It sounds very, very
Which means
bad.
it's insane.
Very cool. But basically, Hootie the Owl already has a profound influence and grasp over the youngest child, and is now compelling her to commit atrocities in their home.
Brain rotting her, right?
Exactly.
Maybe.
And now she's destroying the household in the name of Hootie the Owl, Steven.
She has teleporting powers, we learn. I
yeah,
guess.
we do learn that. The preteen boy is super speed,
I-
if you wanted to know that.
What are the fucking twins' powers?
I don't know yet. But I do know that we're gonna cut back to the MMA gym, and the boyfriend is back trying to avoid Chris Jericho and his wife. And Chris Jericho realizes that he's being avoided, and Chris Jericho's like, "Yo, you're a fucking elf." And then Phobe steps in, and she's like, "Ignore him. Why don't you look at my MMA ability?" And then she starts roundhouse kicking an MMA dummy, Steven, okay? But
Wow,
then
that's pretty sick.
she was doing very well. She accidentally roundhouse kicks her brother in the tummy. And then her brother,
That's
the
not
boyfriend,
very masculine of him to do.
and it's especially not masculine because he gets knocked into Chris Jericho, and then Chris Jericho gets knocked into his wife, and then Chris Jericho's wife gets knocked into a server who has hors d'oeuvres, and then the server with hors d'oeuvres gets knocked into a woman, and then that woman gets knocked into some shelves on the wall, and then all the shelves fall down, and 5 people fall down, and then there's this whole commotion because it's the grand opening. The hors d'oeuvres, they've fallen, and then a big, strong, bald man stands up, and he's like 7 foot tall, and he says, I've had enough. This place sucks. And then he leaves.
Yeah.
And everyone leaves with him.
Place sucks right now. It's been open for
Yeah.
like 1 day. Now it sucks.
Well, because the shelves fell down, so it sucks, and everyone should leave.
Wow.
And they did. They did leave, and now Chris Jericho is mad, and he's like, I want the Blundermans out of my gym. My daughter,
Wow.
you are never gonna see this boy ever
You're
again.
never seen this chode ever again, daughter of mine.
Chris Jericho did say the word chode on Nickelodeon. It was
It's kind
great.
of crazy that he got away with that.
Yeah, he did sneak it in real subtly.
Yeah.
And so now we cut to the twin boy. He's at home, coping by watching TV and having a stuffed rabbit flirt with him.
Pretend to be his girlfriend, I guess.
I guess. I don't really know the role of this stuffed rabbit,
Or
but it
maybe he
makes
is
me
gay.
wildly uncomfortable. Maybe.
Maybe they're not even a he, maybe it's a she, you know? And they're just
The
being
rabbit? But the rabbit has a
bad people.
really raspy, manly voice, so I just kind of assumed. I apologize.
Yeah.
But while the rabbit is busy flirting with him, the Phobe steps in, and she's like, "Brother, I want to help you. I want to come up with some solutions." And she's like, "Fuck you, Phobe." And then Phobe's like, "Okay, well, just let me know if you want my help."
She's
And
such a nice girl. What the
She
fuck?
is.
Like, Max is
She-
legit just a fucking douche.
he is a douche. Why does the rabbit want to fuck him and not her? Okay?
Maybe like it's a rabbit thing, you know? They can only fuck men.
I get that. And there's also that thing about like being attracted to douchebags, you know, nice girls always finish last is what they say.
That's the
So-
message you just tell everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Worth
if you want to
living
get
by.
fucked by a rabbit, be a douchebag. Steven, we're going to cut to outside, and now the random family is back. The mom is standing right side up in the driveway, and the fat old man is floating in midair upside down, trying to control his burping.
I guess he could fly. Is that his power? Flight?
Or levitate? I don't really know. Yeah. And what would you know? While the parents are outside, the two preteens have lost the youngest child as she's terrorizing the home, yelling, "Sophie don't care." I think her name is Sophie, Steven. I did a very good job remembering that.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's pretty cool. Did you just learn that?
Me? Yeah, hell yeah.
On the spot,
did.
you know?
I don't have it written down anywhere. It came to me in a flash. Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. So Sophie don't care. Sophie is the little girl terrorizing the home. And then the preteens get locked out of the house by Sophie. And now they're out with the parents. And the parents are like, "What the fuck did you do?" And then they realize very quickly they must have shown Sophie Hootie the Owl. And they're pissed. But it's okay because the dad loses his hiccups after this because he's so angry.
Good for him.
So there's no more risk of a earthquake tearing down their home, I guess.
Awesome. Why don't you just fly in the air and start like hiccuping?
I know, right? Honestly, there's so many better ways to solve this.
Maybe we could like sonic waves and kill like radio signals for airplanes to move in the air.
I mean, that's fine, honestly. Like, it's better than your house collapsing. Oh no, some imaginary waves got disrupted. So sad. Some airplanes crashed. Oh no. Like, it's fine. Yeah.
You know what happened after airplanes crashed? So many things.
Oh shit. I'm sorry about that.
Like maybe the superheroes saved airplanes, you know? Maybe it's on like The Boys where they let airplanes crash.
No. That's
you
not
never
nice.
even seen The Boys.
I've not seen The Boys, but what I did see is the boyfriend show back up to the MMA gym because he has a plan. He has hatched a plan to win his girlfriend back and get Chris Jericho and his wife on his side. And do you know how he does it, Steven? And this is a very strong plan.
How?
He takes a page from the book of Sammy Guevara, and he shows up with a bunch of white paper signs with Sharpie, and he's like doing the commercial break thing.
I think it's a reference to like that one Christmas love movie with like Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead.
Love Actually?
I think it's that reference, right? Isn't it referencing that?
I don't know. I only know Sammy Guevara doing it. Where like during picture-in-picture, Sammy would like flirt with Victoria Justice's sister or something like that.
Madison something?
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. But this is what the boy's doing. Man. I just know that the boyfriend is like, "I have laryngitis, I can't talk, so I'm using signs to communicate with you, Chris Jericho." And the signs start talking about how he's sorry about his sister's actions. His sister was actually raised by wolves, and she's been sent back to live with the wolves, and she'll never be seen again. And as he's pulling these signs one by one, his sister walks in, the one who's supposed to be back with the wolves, okay? And she's like, "Chris Jericho, I want you to forgive me." And then Chris Jericho says, "I'll only forgive you if you train with one of my fighters." And she's like, "Yeah, I'll train with one of your fighters." And the fighter's name is Crazy Daisy. And she kicks the head off a training dummy, like decapitates it with her foot.
How scary she is.
Very scary. Very, very scary, Steven. What did you make of Crazy Daisy?
She's jacked. Jacked woman. Pretty cool.
Yeah. How do you think Phobe's gonna fare against her?
I mean, she's like superhero strength. I don't know, man.
That's a fair point. But to be fair, it's Crazy Daisy's home turf, being in Chris Jericho's gym. So
yeah, hometown advantage.
This could go either way.
Good for her.
This could go either way. Well, let's not get too distracted by this storyline. Let's go back to the family at the house, Steven, as they are all locked outside together, minus Sophie, the youngest daughter, who's currently wrecking the entire house. The dad apparently loses his hiccups, but now develops some allergies and does a super sneeze, it's called, which sends everyone into a panic as their dad is about to sneeze. And then once he does, his two preteen children get lifted by the current of his super sneeze and driven directly into their garage door at like unfathomable speeds that should kill any non-superhero child, Steven.
Wow.
Instead, they make a dent in the garage door, as though it is like...
But not an earthquake.
Drywall.
Just minor damage.
Just minor damage to 2 minors. And then the little girl, Sophie, the little Hootie girl, she comes out of the outside finally. She unlocks the door, and they're like, oh my gosh, you unlocked the door. Why? And she's like, I wanted to check on my family. And then the dad is all like, oh, I'm okay. And she's like, no, not you, dumbass. And she points to the 2 kids who are flattened in the garage wall. Did I recap that all to your liking, Steven? I think I got it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love this. What a shitty fucking B plot. Like, what is this B plot? Nothing happens.
No, nothing.
You know,
I mean, again, I really enjoyed Hootie the Owl.
Nothing. They gained nothing from this B plot.
For the Hootie the Owl cameo, I was a big fan of it, Steven. Okay, so
I was also a big mark of that.
I'm a big Hootie the Owl mark. Steven, I have big news for you. Okay, time for you to mark out again, because we cut back to Chris Jericho's MMA gym, and guess what we see?
We see
toes.
We
see
wrecked.
feet. We see Phobe's feet. They're on full display.
Was this a Dan Schneider production?
I believe it
we'll
was.
have to find out. Oh, is it actually?
No, I can't imagine. I mean, maybe it was on Nick.
Maybe it's Tarantino, you know? Maybe he reduced to Nickelodeon sitcoms.
I believe that is what he's doing nowadays. Absolutely. So Phobe is, again, feet blazing as she's fighting Crazy Daisy in the ring, getting absolutely worked over by her. And then the girlfriend walks in to her parents' gym, and Steven, don't you dare yawn during the Thundermans, okay? You bitch.
A great segment. I love
the
this.
girlfriend walks in, and she's like, Mom, Dad, why are you making Phobe fight? I love Phobe. And then the boyfriend is like, no, she wants to do it. And then the girlfriend's like, why aren't you fighting for my love? And he's like, I'm too pretty. And she's like, I know. But why don't you just talk to my parents? Just talk to them. That's all I've wanted, is for you to just fucking talk to Chris Jericho and this dumpster fire of a wife. And then he's like, okay, I guess I can do that. And then he manages to talk to them without insulting them, Steven. You know, like the whole entire premise of this episode is just for naught, as he's able to just magically get over his fears and not insult the parents. Out of love. And that's what he's doing, is he is professing his love for his girlfriend to the girlfriend's parents, Chris Jericho and the wife. And then Chris Jericho's like, that's very sweet, boyfriend.
Of course.
But you're not good enough for my girlfriend. And so it didn't really work, I guess, even though he was able to get away without insulting.
I mean,
them.
it makes sense, you know. Chris Jericho was like pretty adamant about not, you know, kind of like messing up his business with the twin brother Max, you know.
It makes sense. It absolutely
makes sense. Why would he change his mind
sense.
just because he fucking said, "Oh, I like your daughter"? Like, I don't give a shit, dude. You're a tool, you know?
Well, maybe just the fact that he's willing to say more than like a word or two to him can go a long way. You know, like that's a little helpful. But at this point, all bets are off. Now that the boyfriend knows that the dad doesn't like him and that he's banning him from ever seeing his girlfriend again, he decides to start insulting them. And he says, Jericho, you have a hatchet haircut. And you, Chris Jericho's wife, you got a fucked up looking face, you bitch.
And where were you on January 6th? What the fuck,
Where
dude?
were you on January 6th? He does. He really takes her to task. It gets the gym shut down when they realize the ties to the Capitol riots. And then the girlfriend finally speaks up. And she's like, Mom, Dad, given the fact that you are part of the alt-right conservative white nationalists, I don't care what you think. And then Chris Jericho's like, you know what, daughter, that's a really good point. And if you're going to date someone, it might as well be this twink. And then he points at the boy.
Oh, it's so nice.
So I guess Chris Jericho's okay with it. Which, again, we're just resolving all these loose ends in the plot with really little to no justification. Aside from the fact that the episode's about to be over. You know?
A great episode this was, honestly.
Because, I mean, everyone ends up happy, Steven, you know? And then the boyfriend is like, yay, I'm with my girlfriend. And Jericho's like, okay, fine, you're with my daughter. And then the boyfriend's like, yo, sister, yo, Phobe, you can come out of the cage now. You can put your shoes back on. And then she's like, oh, fuck yeah. And she beats up the crazy MMA fighter. And then the crazy MMA fighter, you'd expect her to be angry because she just got worked over by like a 15-year-old girl. And then crazy lady is actually like, yeah, I love this gym. Because she's finally met her match with a superhero.
Not even her match, her like superior actually.
That's, yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
That is much more appropriate. And Steven, I would like to announce that this episode, while it did have me enamored with the Hootie the Owl content, it did, in the last 2 seconds of the episode, get me to laugh out loud for a brief second. Okay?
You've lost.
And that is when...
Dude. You're
that
washed.
Is when...
You're done. It's over.
Chris Jericho's wife, despite these recent allegations, says to Phobe, thank you so much. And then Phobe says, don't call me so much. My name's Phobe. And then you cut to Chris Jericho, and he just goes, ha! And then the episode's over. But the Chris Jericho noise just caught me so off guard because it didn't match anything else in the episode. Like, it was just fucked up.
What a great episode of the Thundermans. I fucking love this show, dude.
Yeah, it was great. It was awesome. Guys, we need to bring Hootie the Owl back. That's really what I've learned from this episode. Hootie the Owl is fucking awesome. If you guys can find Hootie the Owl on YouTube, check him out.
Commit crimes. Pretty
commit
sick.
crimes. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Hootie the Owl would be a great wrestling gimmick, Steven. You know? Just committing crimes, stabbing your opponent
What, a crime
in
time?
the ring.
Did crime time commit crimes? What's their gimmick?
It's a good point. A crime time.
Criminals?
Their original vignettes matched up with Hootie a little bit, you know, where they were actually robbing people.
In the public.
That's what they were doing. Yeah.
Oh.
So, Steven, that was the Thundermans season 3.
Wow.
Episode 19 called "Beat the Parents" from July 16th of 2016. I'd like to formally take this opportunity to say fuck you, Steven, for choosing this episode because it sucked.
What?
Badly.
Though.
No.
Name a better show. Once we watched the Roman Reigns cameo Nickelodeon sitcom.
Psych was better.
We'll see. There's a lot of Nickelodeon sitcoms featuring WWE wrestlers. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I don't want cameos. I want starring roles.
Well, there's also starring role.
I mean, a little bit.
Jericho.
Yeah, you're kind of right.
Kind of important.
You're kind of right.
There's an episode of like this one show about like 3 ninjas and they fight the Big Show. I learned about that the other week. We should watch that next time.
I don't know. I like that when we watched the Big Show when he made that one guy like piss himself. Remember that?
That was pretty sick. I love the Big Show. That's what's happening after Following Lucha ends with Lucha Underground content. We switch to the Big Show.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
Or Saturday Morning Slam.
Oh, following up to the Thundermans. We can't do the Thundermans.
We gotta watch Saturday Morning Slam, dude. I'm sorry.
And then maybe after Saturday Morning Slam, we can watch the Thundermans.
Yeah.
Okay, great. That'll last us a good 5 years of Following Lucha, so don't even worry about it. Yeah, very good content. Very good content. Steven, I really can't stress to you enough how much I disliked that, aside from Hootie the Owl. How did you feel about watching the Thundermans, seeing as it was your decision?
My face was pretty emotionless during all of the episode while viewing it. It was pretty cool.
How did you feel about Hootie and the Chris Jericho laugh at the end? I love
being indifferent when I watch television and media.
But
my favorite feeling.
As a podcast host, can you just make up something like make up a really controversial take about this episode of the Thundermans for us to end off on?
I think this show is SJW propaganda. You know, like come on, women being strong. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, and like all that shit at the end about like the Capitol riots. It's like, was Jericho and his wife really in the wrong for defending their country?
I liked how like people started turning on Brie Larson because she said that like she didn't want all white men watching her movies. Very interesting take.
Yeah, I wouldn't want all white men watching my movie. I would like it to appeal to a little bit larger of
and
an
then
audience.
people started to say that Brie Larson was ugly.
Ooh.
And I don't think they're right. Like, what?
I mean, I don't know what Brie Larson looks like, so the court or the jury is still out on that one. I guess as far as I'm concerned. But
I remember when Black Panther came out, and there were a bunch of white dudes saying like, "This is just a Marvel movie of like a fucking African American man. It's not that good."
Mm-hmm.
Very good takes. Very good
That's
takes.
cool. Are you saying that Phoebe is ugly, Steven?
No,
Ugly,
well, I don't
like
know how
Brie
old she is in
Larson?
this. Maybe kind of weird. Is she? How old is she in this show?
I don't know how old Phoebe is. Again,
never
when the
know.
episode started, I thought they were like 14. But as the episode went on and they were like dating and Chris Jericho was involved, I was like, oh, no, they're probably like 16, 17.
Maybe they're 17, 18. Who knows? There's so many
Who's
possibilities.
to say, Steven?
This show is crazy, epic. I love this show.
Okay, well, let's talk about something that's a little bit more near and dear to our hearts, Steven. And that's what happened in wrestling when this episode of the Thundermans aired. Are you ready for it?
Yeah, I am.
Let's go.
Man.
Steven!
What's up, dude?
We need to talk the week of professional wrestling when that shit-ass episode of the Thundermans starring Chris Jericho aired.
That was pretty exciting. I hope it's 2015, and we probably already covered it.
It's 2016. We're getting to it. We're getting to it.
Cover it?
No. Because right now, if we're following the following Lucha lore and where we're at and watching Lucha Underground, we are currently at April of 2016. This episode took place in July of 2016.
It's gonna suck when we get to July of 2016.
Well, I'm gonna make some changes to the rules here, Steven, okay? Because the final episode of Lucha Underground Season 2 is airing, I think around like July 14th, okay?
What?
And so what I decided to do was push back the week of for this episode a few days.
Whoa, spoilers.
So we can get some spoilers of what we have to look forward to in a few months' time.
The champion of Lucha Underground to me. It's gonna be so fun.
No, I mean, yes, that is in here. But Steven, before we get to the champion of Lucha Underground, I have some more pressing matters, some legal matters we need to attend to, as the World Wrestling Entertainment is being forced to face a lawsuit.
Again?
Again. A lot of wrestlers are part of this one, and the complaints are like non-stop.
Is this pretty current news too, actually? Like the $3 billion one that we talked about last week?
Ooh, it might. Well, I don't know if it's quite that one. But she may have, like that lady who did that massive lawsuit could have been involved here. The only names I know for sure, though, is one, there's Road Warrior Animal. And he...
No, is that the good one? Is that the bad one?
He's the one who lived longer. Hawk was the more charismatic one. But I think Hawk may have been more of like a homophobe.
Is he a bad guy? Oh.
Yeah. But listen, Road Warrior Animal alleges that he was once fined by the WWE for... Can you guess what he was fined for, Steven? Can you guess what gross, heinous crime he committed against the company?
Picking his nose.
No. Much worse. He wore jeans on an airplane.
What?
And it was fined for not dressing professionally enough on the airplane.
I feel like that's sue-worthy, right? Like, what?
Well, especially when it's coupled with Johnny the Bull Stamboli, who says that he was fined for wearing a baseball cap on a bus.
Wow. What a
bus.
Monster.
A
battle bus.
That's a little tough. I looked up Johnny the Bull Stamboli on Wikipedia to see if I knew him by any other names. One of his former aliases is, according to Wikipedia, the Great Muda.
Wow.
This is not the Great Muda.
Oh no, the fake Muda.
But he is legitimately the fake Muda.
Okay, cool.
So that was cool. He also in Impact he went by Relic, which of course spelled backwards is killer, which is cool and clever and scary, Steven. I personally think so. But yeah, the killer was fined for wearing a baseball cap. And then King Kong Bundy alleges that he was almost fined for wearing shorts on an airplane once. So
what a monster. Tough. What are they supposed to wear, slacks and a suit?
Oh yeah, when you're King Kong Bundy too, it's like, how many options do you have? How many slacks can you buy?
It's really like some XL stores, right? Like
I mean, some, but the options aren't endless. You know, at some point when you're walking around in all those XL merchandise, all the other fat people you come across are going to be wearing the same things. You know, there's only such a selection. It is unfortunate, and we can't.
Honestly, I kind of like the XL section at stores. They have like some cool merch. You know.
Well, there's a difference between XL and Husky, and then the big and large stores that market to like.
That's what I meant.
Quadruple X's and up. Oh shit! I don't think I've ever been in a big and large, a tall and large store. No, I don't think so. Why have you gone?
I saw like a T-shirt of a graphic of something I liked. I was like, oh, that's cool. I walked in, and then I walked out because nothing could fit me.
That's so sad. Was it at the mall?
I don't know how to explain this. No, it's like some like, what's it called? Like, what are they called again? The ones like the outlets where they have like cheaper clothes, you know? Like the shitty more material ones.
Okay. That makes sense. This makes a lot of sense. Oh, by the way, too, Chavo is part of this lawsuit. He says that WWE would never let wrestlers use the word concussion.
Oh no, I wonder why.
Instead, they had to use the word or phrase bell rung. So if someone got a concussion backstage, they weren't allowed to say I've been concussed. They would have to say I've had my bell rung.
I've had my bell rung.
Or else they'd get in trouble for saying concussed, which is a little wild.
Kind of silly.
Yeah. So there's so many more parts of that lawsuit.
Like, medical conditions that are quite hazardous.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
What did they gain from censoring that? I don't understand.
Concussion's a scary word. You don't want to throw that around, okay? It's scary. That's like saying the B word on a plane, okay?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Fire? No way.
That'd be a tough one.
Is that actually legal, saying fire at a movie theater?
I bet you could get in trouble for it, you know?
Yeah.
But if it's just you in a movie theater by yourself, it's probably inoffensive.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Honestly, I like, you know what I don't like? This is a big rant, okay? When you watch a movie with friends, you should commentate over the movie, you know? Like, I feel like that's a given. Like, otherwise you're just fucking watching a screen and not saying anything with the homies, you know?
You're talking about if you're, like, watching it at home, not in a theater, right?
Yeah, at home, right?
Okay.
There's like two people, when you watch movies together, do like, shh, shut up, I'm trying to watch the movie, right? Or the guys who like fucking
depends on the
have
fucking
fun
movie.
with each other.
It really depends on the movie. Like, if we're watching The Whale like together...
Black Swan or something, or The Whale, you probably shouldn't talk. But it's some like fucking shitty Marvel movie or like some shitty horror movie. Like, fucking shit talk the entire time, you know? It's fun. Just have fun, you know?
Who has shushed you before, Steven?
A lot of people shush me during commentaries of movies.
Have you I like to think you just go to the movie theater by yourself and provide personal commentary. And the theater
like on
really...
riff track, I record it too.
And just hear everyone screaming at you in the background.
Based on what's it called? Dude, fuck, man. They're teenagers, like middle schoolers, are the fucking worst when it comes to watching movies. Because, like, they're all douches, right? Middle schoolers, they'll just fucking talk throughout the entire movie and fucking throw shit around because they don't realize that retail workers are people. You know, they think they're like NPCs and whatnot, right? It's just so annoying having to deal with middle schoolers talking throughout the entire movie.
I don't mean to be a pedantic person here, Steven. Is someone who works in a movie theater considered retail? I don't know how that works.
Yeah, it's retail. Or maybe it's fast food. Maybe it's fast food too, because like they sell. What is it?
I don't think retail is like, I thought it was like clothing and buying goods.
Well, there's retail stores at like movie theaters.
Okay, but that's not what you were referring to. You were referring to the people that you were referring to janitors.
What are they considered? Just workers?
Like service workers? Yeah,
service,
I don't know.
I guess
first responders. Sense. Yeah.
I don't know, emergency responders.
Yeah, I believe so. Well, Steven,
I got rejected.
I need your response
when I applied as a kid. I'm very sad about that.
I feel like it worked out, you know?
As in, I never got an interview there. Unfortunate.
That's tough. They passed you up for a ticket taker.
Why are these? It's a fucking movie theater job. You know, like what the fuck are they looking for, man? You know.
It's a good question. It's a good question. Steven, I need your take on this next story because Brock Lesnar has actually failed his now second drug test following his fight with Mark Hunt.
Doesn't he get mad over these stuff? Like
I believe he does.
Questions?
And then WWE was questioned about whether or not he'll be punished for failing the drug tests. And WWE was like, nah, he's good.
That makes sense.
Good for
like,
Brock.
They didn't test him.
Yeah, but also, like, if they tested him for crack cocaine and he was positive, WWE probably wouldn't be like, yes, Brock, come back and let's support your coke habit.
What did he get tested for?
I think steroids, Steven.
Oh.
Yes.
That's our favorite. That's Vince's favorite.
Well, yeah, in WWE, no harm, no foul, right? But in the UFC, there's a lot of harm. And people's lives are on the line.
There's harm in the UFC if you take like inhalers. I learned the other day.
Ooh, that's
you
fun.
take an inhaler and shit like mid-match. You're just like stronger apparently or something.
It's unfair. Yeah, you're getting like a second wind, another breath, something like that. It's tough. It's tough. What's even tougher is the fact that now we're gonna have to watch these fucking Raw, SmackDown, and pay-per-views, Steven, without the melodic tones of Jerry the King Lawler and Booker T.
No,
because they've been removed.
Quack, quack, bro. What the fuck?
They've been removed from commentary. I don't know. What the fuck?
Man. When did people start turning on Jerry Lawler as a commentator?
I feel like women have probably never been pro Jerry Lawler, even in the 90s.
Why? You don't like Jerry Lawler womanizing people?
I would say it's more than womanizing. It's much more
sexualizing,
ogling and harassment. Yeah. That would probably be more the
I like.
wording
Have you seen that
use.
tweet that JR made where some guy's like, JR, you know your likes are like public, right? And then JR replies with who gives a shit?
That's
pretty
cool.
based of JR.
He's an old dude.
Pictures of his maid's ass.
Yeah,
very
I get
interesting.
I get that. Steven, if you were my maid, I'd post your ass.
It's very specific, like, service too, you know, of like hot maids to clean your house.
Well, like, she wasn't like in a kinky maid outfit. She just was in like yoga pants. You know? Yeah.
Oh, I don't know then. Maybe. Is that a service you can get? Like just hot girls as maids to clean your house? Should we start this in business?
No, I'm almost certain it has to exist, but I just don't think Jim Ross was paying for it.
Yeah.
No, I really don't think he was.
No.
The other day I did though. I read back and checked out an old excerpt from his book that I think talked with you about before. His autobiography, his first one, where he describes his story of killing a bag full of puppies. Do you remember that one, Steven?
That was pretty sick. I remembered him killing puppies. You want to explain to the listening audience about that, or do you want to save that for another day?
Oh, we can save it for another day. Just know there was some inbred dog fucking, and Jim Ross was responsible for it.
Was it inbred dog fucking like pretty common?
Yes.
Right?
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know if it was common, but Jim Ross had to take care of the inbred puppies, and he did so by bashing.
Is that his traumatizing moment right there? Is that like the point in life he just remembers? Like that's the moment right there where his life changed forever? Just killing these inbred puppies?
Killing inbred puppies does not sound fun. It does not sound like a fun task. Also, I think it was rape. It was rape baby inbred puppies. Yeah. Which is really
unfortunate.
Tough.
Well, like a mutt or like the family members of the puppies.
I don't know. I have no clue. I don't know the dynamics of this. I just know Jim Ross's dad was like, yo, you are responsible for this, Jim. You let the gate open, Jim. Now you got to take care of these puppies, Jim.
Is this like Jim Ross like trying to like scream for help about his childhood traumas?
A little bit.
Just like a thing he's like, oh, that's kind of silly that happened in my life.
No, it was definitely sad. Like it was an impactful, sad moment in his life. And the exact wording, this is not me paraphrasing, this is not me exaggerating, the exact wording he used to describe what he did to the puppies, and what his dad told him to do was to, quote, destroy all of them. Those are puppies he's referring to.
Destroy them, Jim.
Destroy
them all.
That's terrifying.
It's like fucking
Steven.
Palpatine in Star Wars, dude.
It is, but imagine having to do that to a bag full of puppies. I could never.
I feel like I'd be so fucking traumatizing like this puppy whimpers, you know, as you fucking smash them to death.
It'd be tough.
That's pretty awesome.
It'd be well. Also, must be,
you know, maybe if we were like alpha males who watched like Andrew Tate or like Joe Rogan podcast stuff and take it seriously, we would become men, you know? Like, you know that one tribe of guys in like some fucking nation or whatever, where they hunt down like baboons to eat them, and they have like no access to like internet or anything, and all they do is run around all day and just eat shit. I read the YouTube comments. I don't know. I read like YouTube comments, right? And everybody in the comments like, oh, this is what men should be. All right, we should do this, hunting our food down.
People have some weird ass views of masculinity, guys. It's not that big of a deal.
But like, guys, the thing is, they're probably like fucking 13-year-olds on their fucking iPad 3s or whatever. You know, just eating like
fair point.
What Cheetos? I don't know what kids.
But it's also not a bunch of 13-year-olds. It's a bunch of like 20 to 40-year-olds who just
also
like
on their iPhones 10.
Yeah, that are fucking hanging out on Reddit. You know, like that's who it is too. I'd say almost primarily. It's a bunch of just losers.
I never realized how stupid comment sections could be until I got into like YouTube Shorts. Because, dude, YouTube Shorts is legit just either children or just fucking losers. That's all it is, the comments in every YouTube Shorts. Like, oh my gosh, dude, you read YouTube Short shit? Like, any cooking video, they always fucking say the dumbest fucking shit. And you know this because they only cook like fucking instant ramen noodles, okay? Like, there's so many garbage takes in these comment sections. And even if there's babies in it, you're gonna have some guy, like, complaining about how they're fucking mistreating their baby and, like, abusing them. Just because they hugged them or something. It's so weird. I hate it.
Yo, listen, that would have gone viral if Jim had recorded himself destroying the puppies. That would have been great for engagement. Because there were no rules
like
on the internet.
Some, like, Nick Crawley video of, like, Jim Ross was a commentator for the WWE. But his childhood revealed that he killed puppies in this one lost found video. The video of Jim Ross killing these puppies has caused a lot of drama within the wrestling community.
No. Dark Side of the Ring. Dark Side of the Ring, but this is just about Jim killing some puppies.
Chris
40
Jericho's
minutes
there
on
for
it.
some reason. He's like, man,
he's narrating it all.
Jim Ross killing those puppies was like kind of crazy, man. You know, dude? Like, wow. That was insane, man.
That'd be hilarious. Fuck.
Jim Ross told me that he killed puppies, and I was like, bro, what? And then I have like Jim Cornette being like, man, when he killed them puppies over there, that was kind of crazy, man. Like, wow, I never knew Jim Ross had it in him. Something like that.
Absolutely. The industry was never the same after that day.
Who's the other guy that's always in it? The guy from like League of Nations? Was it D'Lo? Isn't he like every episode of like fucking, what's it called? Dark Side of the Ring, right?
D'Lo's in a fair number of them.
D'Lo would be like, I had a story of Jim Ross once where he told me that he killed puppies. I was like, sorry, man.
Do they ever get the Jim interview? Does Jim ever get sat down and interviewed for this one?
I don't know. If I was like crying or some shit.
Oh, poor Jim.
Reliving his trauma for Dark Side of the Ring. You think they'll make him as the good guy or the bad guy? Like the dad.
The puppy murder one? He's definitely going to be an anti-hero of sorts, you know? Where it's like, yeah,
he killed his puppies.
He had to kill the... What else was he going to do? Set them free?
They're gonna fucking grow up and become like disgusting mutants of incest, you know?
Well, not really. They're dogs. They don't really do that.
Oh.
It was more like because it was bringing shame to the family.
Oh, was it? It was not just like misbreeding puppies to make them have a shittier life afterwards?
I don't think so. And then Jim was like, I can't really let the puppies go because then like some eagle will eat them. And that'll be just as bad as me bashing in their brains.
Not really. That's like nature.
Yeah, honestly, and then it saves him the trauma of having to do it himself personally.
Maybe you can. Well, I mean, if I like let go of puppies, I'd probably think about like them, right? Like they're just like in the back of my head every night when I sleep. I'm just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
What happened to those puppies? But at the same time, you smash a puppy's brains in, and it's like, fuck, man. That's
it probably doesn't feel real. You probably dissociate in that moment, and then like come to like hours later. And it's like,
is this what we talk to Jim Ross about when we meet him at like some convention? Like, hey Jim,
I plan to even not even a joke. I plan to ask if I ever meet Jim Ross before that man passes or before I pass, it's gonna be about those fucking puppies. Okay.
I think the wrestler I want to ask something the most would be like, I don't know actually, maybe Mansoor or like Masay.
I would also ask him about the Jim Ross puppies.
Masay, do you know about the Jim Ross puppies?
Is it true that Jim Ross murdered a bag full of puppies?
I don't know, man.
That'd be sick as fuck.
I love this fantasy booking for ourselves. He's great.
Hell yeah, I think so. I was gonna say, Steven, something that's maybe similarly traumatic to the experience of murdering a bag of puppies is imagine this. Imagine
Dragons.
you are gainfully employed by your employer, right? Okay?
No,
And-
I can't anymore.
Oh,
I can't relate to
shit.
this.
Hypothetically, you were employed by a company, right? And your
Yeah.
company is doing a little merger with a new company, okay? And so they're like, ooh, we're going to do a shakeup, guys, where half of you are coming to this company and the other half are staying at this company, right? And so they pull all of you into a big room and they all tell each of you where you're going to go, what company you're going to work for, where your new room is going to be, what your new job is going to be. And then all your coworkers, all your friends, as the day goes on, one by one, are given their assignment, given their task. And then by the end of the day, you're the only person left in that big empty room. And then the lights go out. And you're left there alone.
And then Bray Wyatt
Forgotten.
appears.
And Bray Wyatt does it with a bag full of puppies. It's wild. It's crazy. Steven, no, this was the experience of one Heath Slater. As in the 2016 WWE draft, he was left the only man not drafted to either Raw or SmackDown.
Oh, now it's like these guys are free agents, guys. Okay, that means they're really important. They can go to any show they want. Like Mustafa Ali, he can do anything he wants. Isn't that cool?
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. Except actually, this was before that, and it was more like, oh no, he's a loser.
It's fucking
And
idiot.
fucking
No one wanted him. What a
idiot.
dumbass.
a little bit of a dumbass. And so Heath Slater released an official statement on Twitter and was like, guys, I don't know what's happening. And that was really
Aw.
it. It was a little sad. I felt bad for Heath. Poor Heath Miller. Poor Heath
Was that like a
Slater.
kayfabe thing, or is it legit like, guys? I don't know.
I like to
man.
think Vince just wanted to fuck with him. That'd be cool.
Yeah, he's had this storyline in his head for like the past like 10 months. It's like he just never told Heath. It's like Heath.
That'd be sick as fuck.
Sorry, man. I'm sorry, Heath.
Yo, I love how
gonna
he
be on
slides
SmackDown.
into a Kofi Kingston Jamaican accent. Sorry, man. That's awesome.
Sorry, man.
Good for Vince.
Hey, man. Sorry, man.
That's cool,
The fucking
bro.
do-rag and
Nice.
shit too would be awesome.
Oh,
This is good fantasy booking right here. What we're doing.
Yeah, Vince hitting Heath Slater for some reason with what is it called? Phonetics? I forget the word.
Some
where
Jamaican slang.
black scent is maybe the word for it.
He
in this
called him a
scenario.
fishy boy, which is not a nice
Oh,
term.
what the fuck? That's
I
kind of
know.
crazy. Well, Steven, let's talk about two fishy men, and that of Rhino
Probably
and
shouldn't
Kurt
say
Hawkins.
that. We probably shouldn't say this word anymore. Actually,
I don't even know what you're. I don't know the word. Fishy? Fishy suspicious. What did you say? Did you say a real life slur?
It's like some Jamaican slang for like gay
Oh,
people.
shit.
That's what I meant.
Oh,
Yeah, unfortunate.
Being
I
gay
learned
is
that
cool.
from when I worked with Jamaican people.
That's awesome. Are any of them gay?
They called me that. It was pretty cool. They called
Okay,
me
well then,
gay.
yeah, you're allowed to say it, man. Absolutely,
Yeah.
you get to own that shit. Absolutely.
I claim gay words.
That's right. That's absolutely
Very
right.
nice.
Rhino and Kurt Hawkins are rumored to be returning to WWE soon, and maybe also Shelton Benjamin and MVP. Steven, what do you say to the validity of those rumors?
Wow.
No way. I
That's
don't think it
kinda
ever
weird.
happens. I don't
That-
think this shit's.
And I hope they never make this stable, like of people. That'd suck.
You're saying you don't want Rhino, Kurt Hawkins, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP to form a stable together?
That'd be so fucking crazy. What the fuck?
That'd be a
Imagine
shit
that stable. What would their fucking gimmick be?
I like to think that's Kurt Hawkins finally getting his chance at the stripper gimmick and gets all three of them on board. You know?
MVP's like a pimp gimmick. It's like, hey
Uh,
guys.
Yo, MVP's the pimp, and then Rhino, Kurt, and Shelton are just shaking their ass. That's awesome.
Shit, do you think Shelton would take this? I think Rhino would take this, unironically.
Maybe Shelton
about
could be like the
Shelton?
bouncer. Shelton could be the bouncer. MVP could be like the handler, and then Kurt and Rhino are the talent. You know?
Why did Kurt want a stripper gimmick? What was the point of that?
I think he
what
just
was
wanted
he
to get on
thinking?
TV. I think he just wanted some time on television.
It's PG, man. I don't know what you're
That's a
expecting.
fair point. That's a fair point. Well, Steven, we need to talk about San Diego Comic-Con real quick, okay? Let's get away
Yo,
from
I
the
love
wrestling.
SDCC. Do you ever watch like YouTube videos back then of like people going to conventions? And in your head, you're like, oh man, I wish I was there meeting cosplayers.
I don't. The only one I
No.
wish I was at was fucking like Minecon 2015 for Dedicated Wham. That was awesome.
Dude, I love that video so much of Minecon 2015, dude.
That's
Sky, is it true that you were locked in your room 217? Sky does Minecraft. Was like,
I don't
what the
even
fuck,
know what
dude?
that is, man. What
There's
the
some
fuck?
kid. It was just the greatest video ever. Minecon 2015 cringe compilation.
I hate
My
this shit.
favorite.
Why?
Where
I feel
is
like I
the-
never
how
see.
much dedicated Wham girl at? Where is she at? You know,
I
where is
feel
she
like
at, guys?
I never ever see cringe compilations anymore. We need to bring them back.
They kind of died
Okay.
down. I think cringe culture has kind of been like decreasing recently.
Listen, we're talking about everything making a comeback, Steven. We got to get this into the zeitgeist.
Now everything's now you're either like you're PC or like you're just fucking edgy. There's no in between now. You know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Well, I don't even know what you're talking about. Why can't people just cringe?
It's the war. It's the war between the
Oh
two.
shit, the culture
Well, actually, I
war.
lied. The only cringe people are allowed to like is like Karens or some shit like that. I don't know.
Okay,
Although, like,
okay.
I think the Karen shit's so annoying because like there's a good chance people complaining are also fucking douches.
I bet if we sat down, Steven, and we like went through all the WWE Access panels that are like up on YouTube, we
Oh
could
my
probably
God.
put together a cringe
I
compilation.
fucking hate that so much.
No,
I
we
went
got-
to a convention. Did I tell you about the convention panel I went to for
Where
the
Ray didn't
entirety
show up?
of this day? No, this is like some Comic Con for San Antonio, right? I think it's called Big Texas Con.
Wow.
Power Rangers were there. Shaggy was there from Scream.
Not the musician.
My Hero Academia voice actors were there. The hit anime. And this one guy would come up for every panel and ask the fucking worst questions ever of like, so you're the Green Ranger, right? Well, we know you as the Green Ranger. What's your favorite season of Power Rangers, man? And fucking every time he would walk up, people would just be like, fuck, man, this guy again.
And we
This
knew
is-
it was the Power
it's the
Rangers
fucking-
season.
It's the fucking
question
worst,
coming.
dude. This guy would ask the fucking lamest fucking questions. You know, like when people don't know how to read the room, right? When talking to celebrities, it's just so weird. It's like that one time I went to the Xavier Woods panel, and this guy was like, "So Xavier Woods, when are the New Day breaking up for you to go solo and win the world title?" And then Woods is like, "Dude, I don't. Why do you want that, dude? Like, what the fuck?"
Well, Steven, I can tell you what people do want from Xavier Woods.
I want
okay?
a lot of things
His
from Xavier Woods.
hard-throbbing cock. You're so right, Steven. What I
No.
actually oh, what do you want?
No, what? No, what?
Oh, sorry, we're on
What?
different. I want that personally. I don't know what you want.
Oh my.
I mean, you're kind of weird for not wanting that. I think he's a handsome man. He's a doctor as well. Fuck.
Pretty handsome.
What more would you want? Okay,
very
loving
handsome,
husband,
dude.
loving
You're
father.
not wrong.
Thank
Loving
you. Thank you.
Father of like child.
Something like that.
One child.
Steven, what I really want from Xavier Woods is maybe not his big dick. No. I want his big tasty breakfast cereal. Because at this San Diego Comic-Con, they revealed that Bootios is coming to an FYE store near you.
No, I hate that. Those are like $10, aren't they? FIEs.
I mean, I got
been
one
to an
box of
FIEs?
Bootios. I went to one a couple
got-
months ago. It was my first one in years, like since I was like maybe 12 or something.
Was it worth? Did you get the Funko Pops?
No, they did have a fuck ton of them, but I bought like 5 CDs there because they were kind of cheap.
Oh,
It was great.
I
yeah.
bought the Bootios at like the local Texas grocery monopoly HEB. And I thought it was
They
pretty
had
pog.
them?
Yeah,
What?
yeah, it's pretty sick, dude.
No.
Or maybe I confused them with Blue COs. I don't remember.
No, because I had to go to FYE for mine. I wouldn't have gone to FYE if I could have just hopped to HEB.
I think it was
How's
like a
that
while
HEB?
after, maybe. I
Huh.
think.
I have no clue.
I don't know.
But yeah, I went
don't
to
like
FYE, for it.
FYE as a store. I think it's a fucking shitty store.
It's all like weirdos that work there who kind of creep
It's
me
not
out.
weird. It's like geek. You know, like geek culture. Like it's like when people say pop culture unironically. You know, it's like that kind of store. It's like Hot Top. Like you know, how, like Hot Top is like the edgy version. It's like the unedgy version of it.
I thought Spencer's was the edgy version and Hot
No,
Topic
Spencer's
was
the
the
sex
unedgy
version of Hot Topic.
Oh, fuck, hell yeah.
Yeah. I really wish when we brought our friend from New Zealand to Spencer's, we should have gone to the sex section. We never did. Very unfortunate.
I think she did. I think she made it there. Yeah,
It's just no
yeah.
reaction.
Well,
No sold it.
I don't know. I feel like maybe I couldn't tell you, Steven. We'll have to reconvene, okay? If not, we can take photos and send them to her. Listen.
Love me some Spencer's.
Steven.
Oh, and GameStop too. GameStop's such a shit store now, dude. Legit, you go to GameStop, it's like 2 games on the wall.
I'm sorry.
500 Funko Pops on the other wall.
That's
Why?
a good point. That's a very good point.
Why?
FYE, I didn't mind that much because half the store was vinyl and CDs, and I was like, that's kind of dope. You know, I thought that was kind of cool. At least in this year of our Lord 2023. Absolutely.
I mean, vinyl you can buy anywhere now. Vinyl, right? You can go to like any
I don't buy vinyl. Though. I
Walmart.
just want the CDs, man. I want the CDs, and they're getting rid of them.
Dying. You're buying a dying breed of music.
Good.
Besides cassette tapes, because people still buy those for some reason.
I'm sorry, man. Listen, I want to also mention the fact that the New Day, not only have they released a new breakfast cereal and that of the real-life Bootios, they have also just now broken the record set by Spanky Brian Kendrick and Paul London for
They're still friends?
331 days as WWE Tag Team Champions. I don't know if they're friends, but the point is, New Day beat the record, Steven. Big deal.
Whoa.
Big
Too
news.
bad it wouldn't last for like another.
I mean, 7 years is pretty
years?
strong. That's pretty fucking strong.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Was this a time where like they'd only try to break records? You know what I mean? For WWE?
I feel like right now we're in that time. What the fuck? With Roman
Like,
and
I
the
remember for a
Usos?
section, it was like Charlotte or something become like the longest
I love
reigning
Charlotte.
women's or whatever.
Yeah,
Charlotte.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
What's the other one? The IC one? I don't remember.
Gunther has that title. I don't know how long he's had
You think
it for.
he's being the honky tonk man? The gigantic reign of the tonk?
Who's to say, Steven? Who is to say? I know one man who the honky tonk man doesn't hold a candle to, though. And that is Mr. Flo Rida himself, Steven. Future
goodness,
first ballot Hall of Famer. Flo Rida has been announced for the first ever SummerSlam concert called SummerSlam Concert with Flo Rida. And
wow.
all the money from it is going to Connor's Cure, according to Stephanie McMahon.
What is Connor's Cure? Is that just Make-A-Wish?
No, it's the little bald boy that Justin Roberts helped.
Who got a Make-A-Wish?
Yeah, well, I don't think it was a Make-A-Wish. No, but he beat Daniel Bryan. He beat Triple H. Daniel Bryan helped him beat Triple H. Remember?
And then they milked the shit out of it.
For years. Yeah.
They can't anymore now, though.
It's a little, outdated. A little outdated at this point, but shouts out to Connor and his cure. Was that pediatric cancer that was for? I think so.
I don't remember.
So Flo Rida was making money for some children's charity. Good for him. And
good for the writer.
Absolutely. That's not the only news to come out as we head into SummerSlam, Steven, as we have the announcement of a brand new championship making its way to the World Wrestling Federation to fill the gap left on Raw now that the SmackDown
and we
World
really
Champion...
timed these news correctly. It's crazy.
It's a little crazy. It's a little crazy, Steven. The new title that'll be debuting at SummerSlam is none other than the Universal Championship. And
did they reveal like the color of it yet, or
I think that happens on the day of SummerSlam, so we got some weeks to go.
Okay,
but
so it's not like hate yet for it.
What they do reveal is the participants who will be fighting for the title at SummerSlam, as Seth Rollins and Finn Balor have qualified for the main event. Finn Balor doing so by beating Roman Reigns clean. Which,
wow.
I remember this very vividly.
Remember when they would say that Finn Balor would be buried on the main roster?
Well, I mean...
I guess that aged okay.
Yeah, he kind of did it to himself by getting injured a little bit.
Like 20 times. Poor guy.
Yeah, that'll do it. Steven, we also need to address the fact that we have a new women's champion.
What? That's crazy, dude.
I know. So the champion was Charlotte Flair. Okay.
Whoa.
Our new champion. Can you guess who it is? Crowned on Raw.
On Raw.
First. And this is this person's first ever championship reign.
SummerSlam.
Prior to SummerSlam.
Why?
I don't know.
Was it Sasha Banks?
It was Sasha Banks. I don't think she holds on to the title even until SummerSlam.
I don't like her theme song, the one they changed
so
it.
So fresh, y'all.
It was like so weird. The intro, like boom, 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 and she's just dancing there, you know.
I'm not a huge fan of any of the Snoop Dogg remixes. I have to be quite honest, Steven.
You like the Cody Dogg one? The Cody
Dogg one does not do it for me, unfortunately.
I guess Cody Dogg wasn't a missay because that is technically what it is.
It is kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
But Steven,
should have just gone with it. Yeah.
I've been keeping a secret from you.
Oh my.
And that is that it is time. It is time.
You have like the Matt Riddle like gear on. Fucking white, fucking tracksuit.
Hell yeah, man.
You're just in Matt Riddle gear.
I'm in my flip-flops, bare feet, going crazy.
Hopefully you too can have sex with porn stars.
Oh shit, I got some shorts on. Here are my legs. I'm just like Matt Riddle. This is awesome.
Maybe you can also Eiffel Tower women with Damian Priest, you know?
One day. I'm open to do it with Masse.
6'5" giant man from Puerto Rico?
Masse is not from Puerto Rico, but I feel like he could get the job done.
I think he's married with children, I'm pretty sure.
That didn't stop Xavier and Brad. So, Steven...
Oh my gosh, you're not wrong. What the fuck? What? How come people don't talk about this? What the fuck?
Steven...
Don't talk about that. What?
I have been keeping a secret from you, and that is that you are about to be put to the test once again somehow.
Bruh.
Because we always have these fucking pay-per-views.
Bruh. Is it every 2 weeks? Was this one it was every 2 weeks? I swear, dude.
It's getting there. It's getting there,
oh
Steven.
Oh my god.
We are about to go through and have you predict the results of WWE Battleground 2016. And this is one I'm very excited to see how you do, okay? Because, listen,
this paper?
You are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 matches for you to predict correctly. And then also a bonus half point that you can get by getting the kickoff show match.
No way.
Correct.
I love the kickoff shows. We don't even have those anymore.
No, well, at least not matches on them. Now it's just like Pete Rosenberg talking to Jerry Lawler.
Wow, what a great show to hype up the fucking watching audience on YouTube, you know?
Nothing gets me more psyched than a bunch of old bald men talking wrestling. It's awesome. Steven?
And it's even worse because they can't even talk about wrestling. It has to be like in kayfabe too, right? It's like,
it does,
man, I believe that Cody Rhodes, like, does he have the strength to beat Brock Lesnar? Like, he hasn't been in a WWE ring for over a decade. I don't think he has what it takes to beat the beast Brock Lesnar, okay?
But shout out to all those people who got legitimately upset and called Sam Roberts a racist because he said he didn't think Bianca Belair was ready to be champion in 2018.
I love playing the race card. That's my favorite.
That was so cool. Steven, let's play WWE Battleground 2016 card, okay?
Isn't WWE Battleground like an actual game?
Ooh, I think it is. Battlegrounds or some shit like that.
Is that the shitty one with like 20 million characters that to unlock?
It was the one that was kind of, people thought it was going to be like All-Stars, but then wasn't. But Steven,
dude,
the kickoff...
dope as fuck, dude. I love All-Stars. We should play that.
The kickoff is just a tag team match. No titles, no stakes, no anything.
It was a show match.
A straight up tag team match. That's right. Our boys, the Usos, are going to be taking on our boys, Brazongo, who wins this game. This won't count against you. All you can do is gain here. You can gain half a point.
Turn on my boys, Brazongo, dude.
It's the Uso, and this is pre day one ish because the draft has, or maybe the draft is about to happen in a couple days. So I think this is like days before they transition to day one ish.
Wow.
Yeah.
I believe the Usos win with the Uso Splash. Is that their finisher?
Yeah. I have some good news for you, Steven. That the kickoff match did not count to your final score because you got it wrong. Brazongo won.
Fuck did Brazongo win? What?
I'm sorry about it, but yes.
How do they win?
How do they know the Unprettier?
How do they beat Devon? How did they?
Devon wasn't there.
Like months ago at WrestleMania, like years ago.
No. That was like months ago. That was April. Yeah, you're right. The Usos beat the Dudleys.
How did this happen? What?
Brazongo's killing it, bro. What the fuck? Put some respect on their names.
Have you seen that one clip of Total Divas where Jimmy's Uso's wife was drinking like Sonic milkshakes, and he got really pissed and started like throwing away every candy in the house. I was like, yo, bitch, you gotta eat spinach, bitch.
That's like that scene from The Sopranos when Johnny Sack is upset at his fat wife and throws away all her candy. That's awesome.
Have you seen that one scene from The Sopranos where it's like, here's my number, and the dude's like, you didn't put your whole number in there, and the chick's like, you gotta earn the rest, dude.
Yo,
all right, you
wow.
gotta
Is that
earn
from
those.
The Sopranos? I watched every scene of The Sopranos. I don't think that's from The Sopranos, but I know what you're talking about.
Maybe it's not from The Sopranos.
I don't think
Where
it
is that from then?
I don't know. But Steven,
I didn't
listen,
watch
it's
The
okay.
Sopranos. I've
we're
only
not
seen
even
like the first season or two.
we're not even onto the main card of Battleground yet, okay? But now we are. It's time for you to maybe gain another bonus point, actually. Half a bonus point, okay?
Who guest starred at Capital
Punishment in 2014.
Capital Punishment 2014?
What was the name of the actor who played Barack Obama in Capital Punishment? That's a great question. That's a great question.
Which Obama was it? Man.
Steven, this match is taking place between the teams of Charlotte Flair and Dana Brooke versus...
What? That happened?
Versus...
How is Dana Brooke on the company? What does she do?
Versus... She's not your enemy, Steven. Leave her alone. Versus... Sasha Banks and a mystery partner. Can you tell me for half a point who
You're
Sasha
a piece
Banks'
of shit.
mystery
How the
partner
fuck am I
is?
supposed to know this? Do I give a hint, or am I just like raw dogging it?
It's Sasha Banks' partner. That's your hint.
Is she heel or face in this? I assume face, right?
Charlotte is the bad guy. Dana is a bad guy. Take your time.
Is it Bailey?
I need a final guess. I can't have a question. I need an answer.
I'm gonna lock in the Bales.
Steven, I have wonderful news for you.
You've got it wrong, dumbass.
You have an extra half point
Let's
going
go.
toward your score.
Epic.
Congratulations.
Was this her debut or return?
This was her debut on the main roster. But she goes away after this and doesn't come back for like another couple months.
She goes away after this. She's kind of weird.
So that's unfortunate. But now for your prediction of the match. Who wins? The Boston Hug Connection or the Golden Goddesses?
I think Dana Brooke gets pinned by Sasha Banks.
I can't answer that for you, but you believe the Boston Hug Connection won.
Yeah.
Steven, you are correct. Congratulations. Very good,
poor
very
Dana
good.
Brooke. What did she do to deserve this, man?
She didn't fuck Batista, which I kind of resent her for. But Steven,
Oh, like Melina.
next up we have our third non-singles match of the night. This is The New Day versus the Wyatt family. Luke Harper is, of course, the man sitting out for the Wyatts as he is still injured on the sidelines.
Is it Braun?
It's Braun, Bray, and Eric versus all three members of The New Day.
Wow, this match sounds awesome. I think... See, I don't... fucking New Day has like a 50-50 record. But so do the Wyatts. So it's super hard to like tell which team is more 50-50 than the other.
Yeah, I guess it's also worth noting, of course, because it's trios match here. No titles are on the line, you know, so there's no risk of the Wyatts winning the belts from them.
Gotta flip a coin.
Okay, you do that. Is New Day
Wyatts
heads?
are gonna be head. Oh, New Day's head now, I guess.
New Day head.
And then Wyatts are tails.
Okay, I'm excited to see how this goes.
It is tails.
So your vote is for
The Wyatts.
Steven. Congratulations. The Wyatt family did win that matchup.
This is why I'm going to Vegas, baby. All right.
Hell yeah.
Beating the table.
Hell yeah. Well, Steven, I have a tough one for you up next.
Was that considered cheating? Because I used an outside source for my answer.
Nah, you're good. You are good.
Imagine
I'll
that was like
allow
an actual
it.
thing. You flipped a coin? Sorry,
Fuck
dude.
you. Yeah, you're
Cheating.
allowed. Exactly. Steven, this next matchup is for the United States Championship. It is between the reigning champion Rusev and his opponent, the Long Island Iced Z, Zack Ryder. 1-on-1, middle of the ring, nowhere to go. This is Battleground.
Who was the first one again?
Rusev
Zack Ryder's
versus
in the company in 2016.
Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder has just won the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania only a few months prior, before losing it to The Miz the very next night.
What is the stipulation in this match? Was just the match?
The stipulation here is that the United States title is up for grabs.
Oh man, I wonder who could win this one.
Who could win this contest? Zack Ryder is one of the most historic United States champions in history. I have it on my action figure of him.
That happened. I remembered.
It did.
That's crazy that did happen.
So who wins this contest?
Rusev with the Rusev kick. Is that what it's called?
The Machka kick. I don't know if
Super
that's
Russian
quite
kick.
How it ended, but I can say.
I think my favorite name for a kick is the supermodel kick for Tyler Breeze, because it's so sick sounding.
That's pretty good. The sick kick I also quite like, which is like the fucking Claymore, but the Claymore kind of sucks. Steven.
Claymore is such a weird whelming move, you know.
Yeah, well, the
Drew just flopping on the ground.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. Steven, Rusev won. You're right. You are so far at 3 points out of 8. Okay, 3.5
easy.
if we add
this
the
is a
bonus
sweep,
point.
dude. Clean sweep.
Absolutely. You have the opportunity to keep this record going as we head into the next matchup. 1-on-1, no title, no stakes, just a whole good old-fashioned one-on-one contest,
but not the pay-per-view bragging rights,
between two former best friends.
Oh no,
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Wow.
Who wins this match? And you say why? It's because they used to be friends, and now they're not friends. Of course.
What the fuck does Sami Zayn do after this one? I'm trying to remember.
That's a good question. I don't remember anything Sami Zayn does up until he gets beat up by Braun Strowman, and that's not until like 7 months from now.
No, because I think what happens is Sami Zayn wins, but then Kevin Owens gets more of a push on Raw. I'm gonna say
I believe
that's what
KO
happens.
goes to SmackDown though.
I'm gonna say Sami Zayn wins and then disappears for like months
I know.
or something.
KO does go to Raw because he wins the Universal Championship soon.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say Sami Zayn wins and then Kevin Owens gets pushed more because that's what WWE loves doing for some reason.
Steven, this Breezango upset from the pre-show really set you straight. Because you are correct. Sami Zayn did win this matchup. I
gained so much from it, dude, okay? The
I was legitimately...
It made me learn the errors of my ways, okay?
I was
preparing... It made me more powerful in predicting results from 5 years ago.
I was truthfully preparing for this to be your worst record of all time. And it's already not, okay? This is already very good.
I remember this pay-per-view dearly, okay? Battlegrounds, all right?
What year?
2016.
Yeah, you nailed it. Okay, Steven. So you must remember this next match as it's very near and dear to your heart, I imagine. It's Becky Lynch versus the star of Total Divas. The star of Total Divas, Natalya. Who wins this match with no stipulation?
This match did not happen. This is not a match that happened on a pay-per-view. What the fuck?
No title on the line. Who wins?
What the fuck is this SmackDown match? What is fucking Becky Lynch doing now at this 2016?
I don't know. She's the Irish last kicker, and they removed the men's shirt. You got this, man. You got this. Don't ruin your perfect streak.
This has been pretty good guy heavy pay-per-view so far, right? Is Becky a good guy?
Becky doesn't become a bad guy until 2021 or something.
So I'm gonna go with the swerve of going for the bad guy, Natalya. She's a bad man. I gotta go for her, man.
So you're locking in who?
Natalya.
Okay, Steven. I don't believe you're not looking at the results, because Natalia did win this match.
Why?
Why
did she win this match?
No.
What does she gain from this?
Don't fucking know. Well, okay, next up, Steven. Next up. Next up. The Intercontinental Championship is on the line. It's The Miz with Maurice. They're the reigning champions, okay?
Yeah.
Can you, Steven, if you could tell me who the opponent and manager are, I'm going to throw in an extra 5 points for your next prediction.
Oh my god, these are so hard now, dude. These used to be easy, man. These used to be like, who won this match? John Cena or The Rock? Oh man, I wonder.
Who did The Miz and Maurice fight for the IC title?
Do I get a hint for half the points?
They're in New Japan now.
Darren Young and Bob. Fuck, what's his name?
How?
Sagan?
How? It's Bob Backlund. That counts. What the fuck, Steven?
Do you not remember Make Darren Young great again? I
do.
This match
I thought you didn't.
Aren't they on Raw?
How'd you even know Darren Young's with New Japan?
Because you mention it like every week.
How are you doing this to me?
Dude, this is easy, dude. Easy pay-per-view. This is my favorite pay-per-view. I watch it weekly, actually. All right.
Wait. You didn't even guess who won.
Entire time.
Was it Darren or Miz?
Wins.
Fuck. You're right.
I wonder why, man.
2 more matches, and you have above a 100%, Steven.
Yo.
Okay.
Extra credit, bro. I'll watch
next
match now at the last one. That'd be so cool.
The next match is a 6-man tag, a trios match, okay?
Didn't we just have that?
What'd you say?
Didn't we already have a 6-man tag in this card?
Well, yeah, now we got another. What the fuck? Deal with it,
awesome.
Okay? Loser, we're building to the trios titles. Okay, we gotta have the elite fight someone. So, on one side, we have the club. It's AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson.
They still have that. That's crazy.
Their opponents, the team of John Cena, Enzo Amore, and Colin Cassidy.
Match happened?
I didn't remember it either, but it sounds awesome.
Luke Gallows was in 2016 WWE?
He was, and John Cena apparently teamed up with Enzo and Cass, which was a little shocking for me to find out.
Wow, they were really high up on those guys till they weren't. That's crazy.
Until they weren't. Steven, who won this match? Was it the club?
John Cena and Enzo beat AJ in the club.
Are you locking in your answer?
That is the lock-a-dock.
Steven? You can rest easy tonight knowing that John Cena, Enzo, and Cass won that match.
This is like making me grow gray hairs, dude. Okay,
Steven. You are 1 point away from scoring an 8.5 out of 8 on this exam. Okay?
Wow, it's pretty good.
The final match is for the WWE Championship. This final match is a triple threat match.
Is this the Shield one?
This is the Shield main event.
Wow, I love how the Shield is main eventing Battlegrounds 2016.
Fuck yeah, absolutely.
What a
middle of
a pay-per-view.
Pre-SummerSlam pay-per-view, absolutely. We have Roman v Dean v Seth. World title on the line. Dean is, of course, the reigning champion as we head into this match.
Was this the one where Roman wasn't even in like the storyline for like most of it? Because of like the roids or whatever?
No, I think Seth was out of the storyline because Seth was injured and he just came back like a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he came back off of his Ireland injury where Kane fucked him.
Was it Eva Marie who got like suspended for taking ADHD meds or whatever?
That sounds vaguely familiar.
Taking like Adderall, right? It's like, oh, you can't take Adderall. Well, I have ADHD. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. So,
I'm gonna go with the Titty Master Dean Ambrose. Going over brother.
locking in Dean Ambrose.
I lock in with my heart on the line and my penis. If I lose this, I will chop it off.
Wow. That's a lot of stakes here, Steven.
I know.
So, I just want to remind you that it was on the draft episode of SmackDown that Seth and Dean fought in a kind of rematch from this match, because the draft happens afterwards.
But not Roman, because fuck Roman.
Well, yeah, no, he was busy losing to fucking, what's his face? Fucking Finn, and getting fired or something. But, listen,
storyline?
Something like that. Steven?
Yes.
I have great news for you.
Am I choking? Is this a choke right here?
You are not choking, okay?
Awesome.
You are not
actually
choking
through.
Even a little bit. Steven, you are breathing clear, sleeping soundly tonight.
Easy.
As
the
you walk
baby.
away
Let's go.
with 8.5 points
Easy
out
money,
of
dude.
8 with Battleground 2016 and an extra 5 points to whatever the fuck next pay-per-view we cover, because you guessed Bob Backlund and Darren Young correct. So
this is pretty
fuck
awesome,
you.
dude. I'm actually this is my favorite pay-per-view. I watch it every night, actually. Okay.
Me too.
My favorite spot was when Michael Cole goes, Roman hits the spear. That was my favorite line of the night.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good line. I was for sure thinking you were going to get the New Day match wrong, the Sammy match wrong, and the Becky match wrong.
No, you gotta use
for sure.
You gotta use the fucking you gotta think of the mindset, okay, of WWE. Like, man, there have been too many good guy wins recently. Let's fucking throw a curveball for a match that no one cares about, you know? Like, there's no consequences for this, man.
I guess so. I guess so, Steven. So 8.5 out of 8, 5 toward a future event. Maybe do you want to keep it like this? Do you want to have 5 points stored in your pocket? And whenever I announce a match card, you can choose to unleash your 5 points.
Yeah. Just
cool.
fucking just come out 5 points immediately. That sounds awesome.
Absolutely.
Dude.
You have 5 points. You wait for a 5-match card. Oh shit.
You won't remember this at all.
It's on you. I'm putting the ball in your court now. Okay, you have to
use it
cash
for
in.
like Women's Evolution or something.
Oh shit, that's pretty cool.
Actually, I think it'll be fun doing Women's Evolution. I don't know. I have no idea what the fuck happened on Women's Evolution.
Even kind of remember that card. Not at all.
Ronda was there, I think. Maybe she wasn't.
Michelle McCool, Nikki Bella. I don't fucking know. Steven?
Yes.
I think it's time for us to move on to the current events from the modern day of pro wrestling.
Let's go, the baby. Woo!
Steven!
Gosh.
Get that drink out of your mouth and pay attention. It is time for the thank you for that. For the modern day current events of professional wrestling. Today is May 5th of 2023 at the time of this recording.
Happy Star Wars Day after, dude. How was your Star Wars Day? Did you celebrate?
No, I'm too busy celebrating Cinco de Mayo today. Shouts out to Mexico. Fuck Star Wars. That's right. Steven, speaking about Mexico, okay, we gotta talk about this AEW superstar who has unfortunately been released by the company this week, okay? Some budget cuts happened. TK said, you gotta go.
Man, I signed too many people.
Yeah.
Fortunate.
And so, who he's saying goodbye to this week is none other than Blue
Chavo
Pants.
Guerrero.
I don't think Chavo's been there for a while.
Got released? Blue Pants was in AEW?
Blue Pants was in AEW. She's Leva Bates. She was in charge of their makeup and wardrobe and talent and sometimes wrestled.
That's the person they released? The makeup dude?
They released the woman holding the company together, it sounds like. So...
Was she that expensive? Don't you have like 20 million wrestlers on your roster?
I know. I feel like Blue Pants would work for free, honestly. Maybe she requested her release.
Don't you guys have fucking Brian Cage and that one dude with the nipples as his only punchline?
Oh, fuck. You're talking about Daddy Magic?
Is that it's the one who talks like the fucking accent, right? The New York
Matt
accent?
Menard? Hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
No.
So you're saying Matt Menard and who's the other one you said? Jack Swagger would be better releases than Leva Bates?
No. I said,
I say? It was a big boy. It was a big boy, you said.
Brian Cage?
Brian Cage. Okay, no, I get that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And Miro. What the fuck is Miro doing now?
Miro. I think he's just like upset
AEW
on
really
the
does have
sidelines.
a problem with like having too big of a roster.
They do. And you know those rumors last week of, oh, AEW's getting a new show and they're going to split the roster in half. Now Dave is backtracking. They have 2 shows
already for that?
Well, Steven, I have some devastating news. I don't know if you've seen this yet, but this is actually going to maybe break your heart. So, like, strap in. Like, Steven, sit back in your chair. Okay? Take a deep breath. Okay? And just know that everything's going to be okay after what I tell you. Okay? Everything is going to be okay.
Don't tell me Dark is leaving. Or After Dark. Whatever the other one's called.
You mean Elevation?
Please. Elevate. That's my favorite one, dude.
Steven, again, please just prepare yourself.
Dude. How else am I going to hear my fucking commentary from Taz and Mark Henry?
Okay, let's barter here. Which one would you rather see go? Dark or Elevation?
Elevation has Mark Henry commentary and the Big Show. So
that's a good point.
I'm just saying.
So you'd rather see regular Dark go?
Yes, I fucking hate Dark.
Okay, well, Steven, I have bad news for you.
Awesome.
Really bad news for you. Both are gone. They're getting rid of both. They stopped really both.
Hurts most of their roster. Like, actually. Like,
well, no, it's
like
because
poor Taya
no
longer farm wins anymore.
That's a good point. There's no more farming Dark. That's so sad.
Man, poor what's her name? Hart or whatever.
Oh,
Julia
shit.
Hart.
Julia.
She just farm wins on Dark.
Listen, there's no reason to be upset because those 2 hours of Dark and Dark Elevation are just going to be on TV now on Collision.
Wow.
So,
I'm sure everyone's going to watch that with Collision.
I will be watching.
Have you seen the Cody Rhodes figure that they just revealed?
No, is it bad?
WWE. He's making a soy face Wojak.
No way.
And his tattoo goes up to his chin. Like right here.
Whoa.
It's
that's
fucking
crazy. I was at Target earlier today. I saw a Becky Lynch action figure, and she looked like an alien, like fish lady.
The WWE 100 one? I saw that too.
Yes. She looks fucked up crazy in it, okay?
I don't think I've ever bought like an actual wrestling figure. I only buy wrestling crossover figures.
It makes sense, like Zeb Coulter.
Except for the Street Fighter ones with AEW. That one's like, who the fuck's in that audience for that, you know?
Yeah,
like,
you should buy that.
What?
That'd be cool. That'd be a cool one.
What, dude?
Steven, I have maybe a worthwhile cause for you to spend your money on, okay?
Oh, lovely.
And you gotta get it while it's available. You gotta get it while it's hot.
WWE, the Kickstarter board game.
That's absolutely right. No, Steven. No. Instead, you should look at investing in a trip to England, as AEW has already sold 50,000 tickets in just their pre-sale for All In 2023.
Or actually, All In,
All In 2023. You're absolutely right. Steven, do you see yourself attending the event?
Yes, I love All In wrestling. I love AEW.
That's so cool, man. I'm so happy to hear that you love AEW.
My favorite wrestler in AEW is Tony Schiavone.
Oh, that's cool. Mine's Darius Martin, personally.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite one.
I just kind of connect with him. But
mine is AR Fox, actually. Is AR Fox in AEW?
I don't know, man. That's a good question.
Some wrestlers just appear, and it's like, I guess they're in AEW now, but then they aren't. Like, what? They appear for like 5 weeks or something.
It's true. They're
in storylines sometimes.
Can we please give props for a second to TK for selling 50,000 seats in the UK? Because I was prepared for him to sell like 2,000.
Congratulations,
in like a
Tony Khan.
100,000+ arena. Congratulations,
Tony,
TK.
Man. Good for Tony.
Steven, if you were a son of a billionaire and you ran a football league, of course soccer, and you ran an American Football League's financials, and you also had your own 2 wrestling companies, and you were just always busy, how would you respond? How would you beat the allegations that you were always hopped up on cocaine?
Yo, gamers, I don't do the cocaine. I'm a businessman first, drug addict second.
Ooh, that's cool. In this scenario, would you be lying? Are you actually doing cocaine? Maybe
probably
a little.
If I'm Tony Khan.
No. In this scenario, you're Steven, but you're the son of a billionaire, and you run a football and soccer
I'm pretty
and
sure
two
I'd
wrestling
run
leagues.
through cocaine eventually through my life. You know, if I'm like a rich billionaire.
By the time you're in your mid-30s, you probably bumped a couple of lines or something, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Taking a few bumps, some shit.
Snorting it through your nose. Is that what people do nowadays? I remember in middle school, the big thing was snorting Smarties.
Ooh,
you would break
that's
Smarties and destroy your nostrils by
cool.
ingesting sugar through it.
That's pretty fucking badass, man.
Pretty sick.
I just got a pack of Smarties today. It was great.
I haven't had
awesome.
Smarties in like 2 decades.
Are they in my pocket right now? My Smarties might be in my pocket.
Oh my goodness, dude. I
think.
what's it called?
Steven! I found my Smarties.
Now you gotta snort them, dude.
Oh shit, let's go. Oh my gosh.
Content right there. I like what's it called? I've been eating a lot of actually not anymore. I bought like a pack and I stopped eating it. Was it like jelly beans? I think like because it was Easter sale, right? Because Easter ended. It's like shit. I'll just buy jelly bean for like 50% off. Why not?
That's exciting.
Pretty all right.
I'm really thankful to know that
though.
you love jelly beans, you love like different foods in your life, Steven, but you don't let it get in the way of this podcast, right? You're a professional at the end of the day. You're not busy on your second monitor ordering food while we're recording, okay?
Oh no, who could do that? Like me right now, ordering Domino's pizza.
Fuck, damn it. Shit, Steve, don't do that.
Which pizza should I get?
This makes you no better than Booker T, okay?
Oh no.
Did you see the news story?
Who is he booking now?
Steven,
this T guy.
You know Booker T as the commentator alongside Vic Joseph of WWE NXT, don't you?
Is he on NXT? I thought he was on Raw.
No, Booker T is on NXT television, okay, with Vic Joseph. And this week, during one of the tapings, during the matches, like not during a commercial break, during the matches, a fan was recording Booker T from behind during the match.
I would
zoomed
do the
in
same
on
too. I think we did that
phone.
with like some guy at the AEW event we went to. We was watching like, some shitty YouTube video about like construction work.
That's cool,
and
man.
we just filmed him watching it.
That's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
Well, it's a little bit different when you're part of the product and providing commentary, and you are found on your phone ordering Doordash so you can get some TGI Fridays chicken parmesan.
Hey, dude, that goes kind of hard, okay?
Does it now?
From TGI Fridays. I actually never had TGI Fridays, now that I think about it.
Ever? You've never had TGI Fridays?
I never had it before.
What about Ruby Tuesdays?
Never had that either.
What the fuck? Ruby Tuesday has some great pumpernickel.
I ate at classier restaurants, like Applebee's. All right.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Something about the neighborhood.
Banger restaurant.
How about Chili's?
I don't think I've ever been to Chili's.
Oh, shit.
Wait, actually, no, I think I might have, actually. What the fuck is happening on my phone? It just turned on. You just played like some random... What the fuck?
That's so scary. These are like horror noises happening. Oh my god.
What the fuck? My phone like just turned on by accident. Started playing like random TikToks and shit.
I'd be so scared right now if I were you. You're probably gonna die.
Anyways, you know who did die today?
Who?
I don't know. Probably some dude, you know.
I know who almost died.
Who?
Zack Ryder's ex-girlfriend, John Cena's ex-girlfriend, Eve Torres. Okay?
They did it. John Cena dated Eve Torres?
Well, in storyline, they kissed or something.
Oh. What happened?
Yo, you're a hoe, ski. I don't think she actually almost died, but she was really sick for like 11 or 12 years. And Eve Torres was like, God damn it, I'm tired of being sick for 11 to 12 years. And then her friend was like, you know what it might be? And she said, what? What might it be? Why am I sick for 11 to 12 years? And her friend said, I think it's your breast implants. And Eve Torres said, what? And then it ended up being her breast implants. She has breast implant illness. And so Eve Torres has officially gone through surgery to have her fake breasts removed.
That day.
Sad.
R.I.P. guys.
R.I.P.
Gamers. Bozo alert. Bozo alert.
It's true. It's true. I hope she's healthier. I hope she's happier. But it's a sad day. Did she not
realize it was her breast? I don't understand.
Well, I think generally when you have a surgery done, you don't think to yourself, oh, Yeah, that probably made me sick, the surgery I went through. You know?
I see.
Yeah, like if I got some fake tits, Steven, I wouldn't assume that like all my health issues for the next 10 years result from my fake tits. Yeah, no, you're bringing up a good point.
I have a very important story, okay?
More important than Eve Torres losing her breasts. Okay,
there
hit me
is
with it.
some details about the Give Me Sports lead WWE writer Luis Dangor.
Oh
right,
shit, I love Luis Dangor. Hell yeah.
Apparently, they were sending her BDSM fanfics to colleagues and creating.
Who are you talking about?
The writers of the lawsuit we talked about last week with the fucking Mansour 9/11 stuff.
Oh,
Do you
okay,
remember
the lady following the lawsuit. Okay,
I remember that.
Well, the week before we talked about a different lawsuit, and earlier this episode we talked about another lawsuit.
There's a lot of lawsuits actually.
I know
about this company.
Okay.
But apparently, writers would send BDSM fanfics to colleagues, create fake podcasts to get women on camera for the purposes of asking them for webcam sex, asking married colleagues for threesomes, and many more.
That's a lot. That's a lot to have happen.
I know.
I believe all of it, by the way. Like,
especially the third one. I feel like the third one happens quite a bit.
The fake
there's a lot of
podcast
threesomes in wrestling.
That's true. But the fake podcast for webcam sex sounds so specific, it cannot be fake. You know?
Yeah?
Like, way too specific. Yeah.
How does that work?
Steven,
I was like, hey, I want to invite you for my podcast, guys. We're going to talk about chicken wings and Game of Thrones. It's going to be awesome.
Hell
and
yeah.
then they get to recording the session. It's like, all right, I want you to take off your shirt. I want you to lick that chicken wing, all right? I want you to... like, something like that, you know? Some weird shit.
Whoa.
Is that what happens?
Oh my gosh.
Is that what happens, man?
Maybe
oh my
so,
goodness.
Steven. Maybe so. Well, speaking of reporters associated with Fightful, as Louis Dangor is.
Dangor?
Maybe
it's Dango. You know, maybe the R is like silent.
I don't think that's true. Steven.
English language is very mysterious, dude.
So true. You're so wise. Another Fightful reporter is actually going to be taking a step back from his duties as journalist.
No, and don't tell me.
Sean Ross Sapp is okay. He's okay. Denise is okay.
Thank goodness. I don't even know who that is.
We have to worry about Denise Salcedo.
I don't know who that is.
She has a loud voice. She's on the NXT pre-shows. I don't give a shit about
wrestling journalists, to be honest, dude.
She was on the NXT pre-shows. That's like a fake journalist.
Oh my god, I watch all of those NXT pre-shows,
man. I know.
What do you do on those? What the fuck do you talk about? NXT. What happens on that show?
You say Bianca Belair sucks and get called racist. That's what you're supposed. That's the MO, man. Listen,
isn't he playing a heel, Sam Roberts?
A little, yes. Like that's his whole shtick. Listen, Steven, Will Washington of Fightful has now become one of the head admins at AEW. He's now
all elite, baby.
I think he replaced Blue Pants or some shit. That's what it sounds like. He's doing all the makeup. Yeah.
It was like Makaze? What a career change, by the way, from Makaze. What the fuck? He was a wrestler, now he does like wardrobes? That's crazy.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I think that's what Will Washington's doing, is all the makeup.
Good for Will, dude.
AEW.
Great at that makeup stuff.
Hell yeah, I think so.
It's great that they did a spring cleaning just to hire some new guy to replace that. It's spring cleaning.
That's a very good point.
That's how spring cleaning works.
Oh shit, my bad.
I have great news. Remember that time where Sonya Deville had a home intruder invade her house?
You read my mind, Steven. That was my next story.
That was kind of sick when that guy got sentenced to prison for 15 years.
That's so true. Weren't Mandy and Sonya having a sleepover that night?
Maybe.
I think they were.
Probably.
And then a man showed up with zip ties and like, was it a hammer? He had a lot of things that were very scary. And
what do you do in that situation? Do you just fucking like run out of your house? Like, you have a big house, I assume, right?
The fucking hill. I mean, they probably have a decent sized house, but I wouldn't say large. You're Sonya Deville.
Sonya Deville has a gun. Oh, maybe she got the gun afterwards. I don't know.
That's a good
point. Man, what has happened to Sonya Deville, huh? What did she do to deserve this?
Well, yeah, what the fuck? Like, it's all this Tough Enough cast. They're so cursed, Steven. They're so fucking cursed, okay? It's really sad. It's really goddamn sad.
You know what's pretty cool, though? Green shirt guy, he's in Puerto Rico.
Wow. Great news.
Awesome, right? My favorite wrestler of all time.
Do you think he's going to the beach?
Maybe.
Oh, do you think he's taking off his green shirt?
No, he can't.
Oh,
that's his thing.
Shit.
What the fuck? Why would you suggest that? What are you?
I'm just saying, like, those farmer tans aren't the most pleasant, you know? You're in Puerto Rico, winning PR.
What?
Like,
are you body shaming Mr. Green Shirt? That guy's sick.
I'm sorry. No, I like his
You can't go to Puerto
tan.
Rico like me.
It
or Green Shirt.
scintillates me. Oh,
no.
I'm sorry, Steven. What usually scintillates me is when I'm able to turn on AEW television, flip over my channels, and see Jon Moxley bleeding. Okay, gooshing.
You got a good chance of that happening, actually, if you tune into any AEW show.
That's
even
good.
Dark.
That's very, very
if he's
good.
on Dark.
But I have to say, it's made my experience on social media over the past week a lot less scintillating, as WWE as apparently, maybe officially, issued a new policy across the board for their talent. They're no longer allowed to post photos or videos of their injuries or of themselves bleeding.
What?
Yeah.
Did they have good reception after that? This announcement?
I don't know, but it sounded very Steven, the statement that I read, where it was like WWE tries to stray away from blood. They always turn the blood photos to black and white to take away from it. And so I know how much you hate blood in your pro wrestling, so I think WWE is really targeting you.
Well, I think it's the COVID. It's kind of like, oh shit, there's a lot of dirt and garbage on the floor, the mat.
I mean, this was obvious in episode 1 of Lucha Underground that there's a lot of dirt and shit on the floor. Okay.
Yeah, like I don't want that in my wound, you know.
That's fair. That's a very fair point.
Man, poor Finn.
Absolutely.
Is Finn the last one to post his injury?
What did he post?
I mean, I guess like if you think about it, if you're on Instagram, you randomly see like some guy's broken skull. That would kind of suck, you know.
That would be unfortunate. But that photo of John Cena with his fucked up face, that's a kind of awesome photo.
Oh, poor
I'd love to see
dude.
that.
You know what's pretty
poor
interesting,
Cena.
actually? Apparently, LWO are the best merch sellers ever right now.
Yo?
So
well,
that means,
it makes sense why. It makes a lot of sense why, Steven.
Cuerno is top merch seller. Good for
yeah,
him.
he is. Absolutely.
Good for Cuerno, you know?
You want to know
DJZ,
why?
Top seller.
Raul?
Cruz
Top
Del
seller.
Toro.
Oh, sorry.
He
You're
sells
right,
more
you're right.
than Sami Zayn. That's pretty sick, dude.
But do you want to know why that's all possible, Steven? Okay?
Because they just remake the LWO shirt in different colors to match places.
No. It's because it's the result of a lot of labor and love and hard work and determination put in by DJZ, okay? By, what's his name? Joaquin Wilde, okay? Because guess what?
Cruz Del
Guess
Toro.
what, Steven?
What's
Joaquin
up?
Wilde, DJZ, he's not new to this game of graphic design
Dude,
and
I'm
selling
walking this
t-shirts.
Bad Bunny insurance with the LWO. He's legit bigger than all three of them.
Fuck you. Okay, asshole. Don't disrespect the LWO. Okay?
Name your favorite
asshole.
member.
Raul.
I like DJZ. What the
I like
fuck,
DJs.
dude? We're at a stalemate now. I cannot support you anymore. I like it because he's not even Latino, right? I don't even think that. Is that why?
Raul? He's so Latino.
No, DJZ.
Oh, he surely is, like at least half. Steven, the reason they're top merch sellers is because DJZ has been putting in his hours. Apparently, when he was the tender age of 14, he entered a contest on the Ring of Honor website at the time, and this is like 2002 or 2004, okay? And this contest was to create the first ever logo for Ring of Honor.
Did he make the first ever logo for Ring of Honor?
DJZ and his brother both entered the contest because his brother, as a 12-year-old, was already paying for Photoshop. And they
just
both
pirate it. Like men?
I mean, probably not in like 04. It'd be hard, especially for a 12-year-old. You know. But listen, now his brother's a very successful graphic designer. He works with the NBA. He works with a bunch of like pop stars and rappers. Okay. And guess what?
Fucking crazy. What?
It is kind of cool.
Happen?
Yeah. But DJZ actually won out in this scenario and was selected by Ring of Honor for their first ever logo, which is
was it just an ROH? Was that it?
Yeah, and it had some phrase on it like indecision over incisions or something.
What does that mean?
It's not what it said, but I don't remember what it really said.
What?
Yeah, imitation, never imitate, always innovate. Something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
So,
man, that's pretty impressive. You have any
I thought
other
it was
news?
kind of cool for Joaquin. The only other news I had is that Indy Hartwell sprained her ankle and gave up the women's title she just won. So,
It's gonna happen one way or another way, you know?
one way or another way. You're so right. You're so right. So now there's a new tournament to determine the women's champ. I think it's gonna be Zoe Stark.
I'm not allowed to say this news, so I'm gonna skip it. But I'll send you a link because I think it's very interesting.
Is it related to Tough Enough from 2016? Then I've already seen it. So
let's skip it then.
Do you have anything else?
You know what, man?
Oh!
I think it's time for a game, dude. Okay, a game, not a show, just a game. It's time to play wrestling or anime.
Well, I thought it was pro wrestling versus anime. Fuck.
In this game, we decide a scenario.
Who lives in? Oh, okay.
And you have to decide if this is a plot for wrestling or anime, the hit Japanese animation for the word cartoon made for children.
Great. I'm excited.
Let me go.
I'm locked in. This is electric. Glad you're prepped. Glad you're ready. So this is already so many options because is it anime or is it pro wrestling? The possibilities are endless.
Okay. Cough, cough. Cough. Mysterious dictator who is in charge is hated by everybody. The mystery is resolved when it gets revealed to be a goblin who lives underground.
You fucking suck.
Is this
raw
wrestling
general
or
manager,
anime?
you bitch? What the fuck? I got in the first 2 seconds. You asshole. You really underestimate me. We're 5 weeks in now. You can't be like, oh, it's an early one.
Hey, man. You know, you gotta keep it for a secret when it gets to the really obscure shit, you know?
I think you calling a little person a goblin is insensitive. You bitch.
That's legit his gimmick, that he's a goblin. That's
no,
what they
it's
call
not.
him
He's a leprechaun.
That's what leprechauns are goblins.
No, they're not.
They are.
No, you ableist.
I need ChatGPT to back me up here. They would know.
Leprechauns are not goblins. So
isn't that what fucking JPL called him?
Dwarves are not goblins. He was called Little Bastard.
I wasn't making fun of people with dwarfism.
Yeah, you were.
Little Bastard's worst.
Little Bastard is so much worse. What the fuck?
Okay. Leprechauns and goblins are both mythical creatures, but they are considered separate entities.
Yeah, no shit. Goblins are green and like have pointy ears.
No, goblins can be tan colored, like Gollum.
Okay, that is more to the point of Hornswoggle. Yeah, whenever we interview Hornswoggle on this podcast,
he plays a goblin in the movie Leprechaun.
You're right. Yeah, no, I think that's very important. When we interview Hornswoggle, after we ask him the question about JR and his dogs, we'll follow it up with a real home run and say, "Are you a goblin?"
Goblin these nuts. That's what we'll say to him afterwards.
Oh shit! I hope he hits us with it. Doesn't even let us. That'd be sick as fuck.
Hey, Hornswoggle, are you a goblin? And he goes, "Goblin these nuts, dude."
And he pulls a Randy Orton and just pulls his dick
laugh. He whips his cock out, just smacks across the face.
That's awesome.
This is some good booking right here.
He leaves his cock tucked in. He just has his balls hanging out of his shorts.
He fucking boss smacks us. The juices of his testicles just reaching our mouths as he sucks.
Goblin juices.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Pro wrestling versus anime, man.
Anyways, guys, that was today's episode of Following Lucha.
Cool.
Listen back next week where we talk about more testicle ingestions. Hopefully.
Yeah, I love ingesting testicles. That's great, man. That's awesome. Cool.
Banger ending.
Yeah, we'll be back
Epic
next
ending.
week. Bye.